This episode is brought to you by Progressive. Most of you aren't just listening right now. You're driving, cleaning, and even exercising. But what if you could be saving money by switching to Progressive? Drivers who save by switching save nearly $750 on average. And auto customers qualify for an average of 7 discounts. Multitask right now. Quote today at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. National average 12-month savings of $744 by new customers surveyed who saved with Progressive between June 2022 and May 2023. Potential savings will vary. Discounts not available in all states and situations.
Hey, it's Captain Ron, and as a Washington native, it's so important for me to work with companies who love it here just as much as I do. I want someone who calls it I-5 and not the 5, or laughs at me when I say I kind of miss the Tacoma aroma. That's why I use Pinky's Plumbing for every plumbing need I have. They're rooted in Seattle. They get Seattle. So remember, not all heroes wear capes, but in Seattle, our hometown heroes wear a big old pig on the side of their van. Pinky'sPlumbing.com.
When your plumbing backs up and things get stinky, call Pinky's.
Hiring isn't just about finding someone willing to take the job. It's about getting the right person with the right background who can move your business forward. And to find candidates who match what you're looking for, trust Indeed-sponsored jobs. Stop struggling to get your job post even seen on other sites. Give your job the best chance to be seen with Indeed-sponsored jobs. They help you stand out and hire quality candidates who can drive the results you need. Sponsored jobs boost your post for quality candidates, so you can reach the exact people you want faster. Join the 1.6 million companies that sponsor their jobs with Indeed. Spend more time interviewing candidates who check all your boxes. Less stress, less time, more results now with Indeed-sponsored jobs. And listeners of this show will get a $75 sponsored job credit to help get your job the premium status it deserves at Indeed.com/listen. Just go to Indeed.com/listen right now and support our show by saying you heard about Indeed on this podcast. Indeed.com/listen. Terms and conditions apply. Hiring? Do it the right way with Indeed.
And now, here's the question.
Hola, bitches. Good day to you and yours. All right. Great news if you are an astronaut and enjoy scrolling through TikTok. Those sexy bastards at NASA, they announced that astronauts are now permitted to bring their smartphones into space. Now, the idea is that astronauts can now capture personal moments to share with their families. Sweet stuff, sure, because after all, connection with family is everything. And our phones allow us to stay in touch. For example, in the skies of Georgia, a pilot of a single-engine plane, he realized he didn't have the power to make it to the airport. So he wanted air traffic control to call his wife and tell her that he loved her. Well, 10 minutes later, he was like, yeah, never mind. He ended up landing the plane on a highway and not dying, which is good on 2 levels. 1, he survived. 2, as I said to Miles, he didn't confess something terrible to his wife only to survive. Because, look, in that moment, yes, it's beautiful. He said, tell my wife I love her. It could have been, tell my wife I've been sleeping with her sister. Tell my wife there's a dead body, and then you survive. That's a whole lot of something. I'm glad he just stopped at, I love you. And yes, the man did survive, not without injury, but he did manage to land a plane on a highway. But always be careful what you say, especially when you're on the phone and you're leaving a voicemail where you know that you're being recorded. But that simple truth, apparently a school principal wasn't paying attention to that, ended up losing his job after he left an anti-Semitic voicemail with a parent. Now, I'm not saying you can't do that, just maybe don't. But as much as phones have become an extension of our existence, they can also cause us more trouble than they're freaking worth. Not that I'm bitter. And today, that's what the question's about. Like, look, man, you got a phone. Sometimes it saves the day. Sometimes it ruins the day. And that's what today's question is all about. So today we want to know, brought to you by our friends at Advanced Air Restoration, how did your phone do you good? Or how did your phone do you dirty?
To be a part of the big show, call 206-803-ROCK. Like the Men's Room on Facebook, follow us on X and Instagram at Men's Room Live. Send your emails to the Men's Room at KISW.com, and now watch the show live on YouTube at KISW Rock.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Whether you love true crime or comedy, celebrity interviews or news, you call the shots on what's in your podcast queue. And guess what? Now you can call them on your auto insurance too with the Name Your Price tool from Progressive. It works just the way it sounds. You tell Progressive how much you want to pay for car insurance, and they'll show you coverage options that fit your budget. Get your quote today at Progressive.com to join the over 28 million drivers who trust Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
Hey, it's Captain Ron, and as a Washington native, it's so important for me to work with companies who love it here just as much as I do. I want someone who calls it I-5 and not the 5, or laughs at me when I say I kind of miss the Tacoma aroma. That's why I use Pinky's Plumbing for every plumbing need I have. They're rooted in Seattle. They get Seattle. So remember, not all heroes wear capes, but in Seattle, our hometown heroes wear a big old pig on the side of their van. Pinky'sPlumbing.com.
When your plumbing backs up and things get stinky, call Pinkies.
Hiring isn't just about finding someone willing to take the job. It's about getting the right person with the right background who can move your business forward. And to find candidates who match what you're looking for, trust Indeed sponsored jobs. Stop struggling to get your job post even seen on other sites. Give your job the best chance to be seen with Indeed sponsored jobs. They help you stand out and hire quality candidates who can drive the results you need. Sponsored jobs boost your post for quality candidates, so you can reach the exact people you want faster. Join the 1.6 million companies that sponsor their jobs with Indeed. Spend more time interviewing candidates who check all your boxes. Less stress, less time, more results now with Indeed sponsored jobs. And listeners of this show will get a $75 sponsored job credit to help get your job the premium status it deserves at Indeed.com/listen. Just go to Indeed.com/listen right now and support our show by saying you heard about Indeed on this podcast. Indeed.com/listen. Terms and conditions apply. Hiring? Do it the right way with Indeed.
Huddle up. We got one play. Everything we work for comes down to this.
Quick question. Speaking of workouts, how would you rate your athletic program?
Bro, we're in the middle of the state championship.
Oh, so like a B+ then?
Dude, get out of our huddle.
Well, at Homes.com, we leave it all on the field to get you detailed information on local schools.
Off the field.
Off the field. Copy. All right, go sports.
How'd he even get in here?
Homes.com. We've done your homework.
KISW.
All the Pacholas, away we go. Welcome to the 21st Amendment season, episode number 4,472. What a large and a charge program we have for you today. Guaranteed future repeat. Once again, we are joined by Taryn Daly and Steve Miggs from the Daily Miggs Morning Show. We're going to sit and spin in honor of Live Night Friday night. The theme, getting yachty and naughty. We've got the 10 greatest yacht rock songs of all time. Some of these you might even hear on Friday night at Snoqualmie Casino and Hotel.
I honestly only know two of the songs they're playing. I have no idea what else they're playing.
It's because you're doing the show.
Because I'm not playing with the originals. Yeah, I'm just actually doing the show. But the truth is, man, that some of those tunes are hard to learn.
Yeah, well, they're great tunes. I mean, look, it's a guilty pleasure. We all have guilty pleasures.
Are they still guilty pleasures? Or have we officially, because with yacht rock now, I feel like, look, it used to be a guilty pleasure, but now with yacht rock, it's like you can proudly say, like, yeah, I like yacht rock.
Well, you hear it a lot more. Like, you'll hear it a lot more in the
For
grocery
sure.
store, which, you would expect anyway, but,
that's not really
no, but more in just mainstream and bars, people playing that stuff, where I'm just like, oh, really? Somebody picked that one? Okay. So the 10 greatest yacht rock songs of all time is coming up at 4:30. What else do we have? We have the calm before the storm. Everything that we have read today leads us to believe that you do not want to drive downtown tomorrow.
No, come on.
It's going to be an absolute mess. The police have put up
and also
bunch
there's
of
a
different
parade.
bulletins. Yes, as far as buses go.
I mean,
buses,
Seattle can't figure it out on the best of days.
Yeah,
so tomorrow is going to be a nightmare.
Check where your bus is dropping you off tomorrow, because it's not going to be at your regularly scheduled stop more than likely. You have to remember, I don't know what they're doing with Third. I'm assuming it's still running, but definitely check with your bus schedule as well, because there is a chance that they might drop you off at either the beginning of the parade route or at the end if you're heading downtown.
Yeah.
And not that Seattle's the worst city in the United States to walk. It's one of the best. But just know, wear some comfortable shoes if you're coming down here.
Oh, yeah.
Wear some warm clothes. The route of this parade, and we know this from where we sit on 5th. Look, it might be a beautiful day in Seattle. It might be sunny as
It's supposed to be, I believe, sunny and 51 or something.
Okay, just know downtown where we are, it is complete shade.
Correct.
For the most part.
You'll be colder downtown.
With these buildings and everything else, dress a little bit more warm than you think you need to, because once you get down here, and sometimes it can be just an absolute wind tunnel, especially where we're located.
I would also say, though, if they're estimating 1 million people, I think body heat alone would be fine.
You'd probably be all right. You'd probably be all right. But either way, come prepared. Have a big one here, all right? figure out a plan, no matter where you are, on where you can go to the bathroom. All right? Scope those areas.
From my experience downtown, anywhere along 3rd Avenue is fine.
Well, yeah.
Anywhere.
Correct.
Anywhere.
Correct.
Middle of the street, sidewalk, storefront, doesn't matter.
If you got to walk in and get a beer someplace or a soda or a coffee just to be able to use the bathroom, figure out where those locations are. Because you're more than likely going to need that too. So we are going to give it our best effort to be here for you tomorrow because we're all coming from different parts of the city. Mike, you're coming up from Tacoma. So we're going to do our best. Just know that as far as exit ramps, entrance ramps on I-5, a lot of those will be closed. 90's got some stuff going on as well. So whatever your route is, I don't know everything. I know some of the stuff I've read. But be sure to just check it out way ahead of time to make sure.
Like now.
Because as they say, you might just be able to get in a one-way loop down here where you're not moving. There are some streets that are going to be completely blocked off in those access points. So just figure it out, and if you can do everything possible to keep yourself from driving downtown, do that tomorrow because it's going to be an absolute S show. Okay, on to the program and the question. We're going to talk about phones today. Sometimes, your phone could be your friend, help you out of kind of a sticky situation. Other times, it can send you down an absolutely wrong route and just absolutely get you lost to the point where you don't even know where you are. Sometimes your phone can accidentally send things to people that you don't want them to, or maybe you slip up.
Your phone did not accidentally do anything. You accidentally hit the wrong button, and then your phone said, sure.
Yes, and there's all kinds of cases out there where your phone is going to be your friend, and sometimes it's going to be your worst enemy. And we start with this story, as NASA is now loosening one of its more old-school rules. It's finally letting astronauts take smartphones into space. They announced a cruise on the upcoming Crew 12 mission to the International Space Station, and the Artemis 2 lunar flyby will be allowed to bring the latest smartphones.
Well, they're sure they want to do that.
Well, the devices...
I'm just saying for the Artemis one, because they're like, look, man, there's no guarantees that these guys land because there's something wrong with the heat shield, so it might be their last text is, I love you.
Right. Also, if I'm in a rocket headed into space, man, I'm going to pretty well focus on doing whatever job I got.
That's been my thought with this.
It's kind of like don't drive and text.
Like
to me,
when you're in space, like everything is so critical. I can't imagine they're like, dude, trying to play Wordle. I mean, maybe they have time to do that. I don't. I do get it though. They said, look, it's not so much like you can just call home because honestly,
well, the devices go into space so they can capture personal moments with their families and share photos and video with the public. Now, I don't know that this necessarily means that they're going to be able to make a phone call from
I do not believe you.
That is not going to be the technology. You're not
going
to
they're going to try.
Like, you up? I'm in space. Like, you're not going to be able to send anything out like that.
Everyone's going to try. You have to.
Well, you might when you're flying by your home country there, in orbit.
I see you.
I see Florida. Maybe I'll give my dad a text, whatever. They framed the move as part of a broader push to streamline NASA's hardware approval process, which he suggested has become clogged and outdated with different requirements. Getting electronics qualified for spaceflight typically involves extensive testing. But he said NASA's qualified modern hardware for spaceflight to the timeline and argued that challenging legacy rules will help the agency move faster on science and exploration in orbit and on the lunar surface. The shift also underscores how far NASA's onboard imaging tech had fallen behind on consumer gear, which it had. Before the new policy, the most advanced cameras slated to fly on Artemis 2 were a Nikon DSLR, which came out in 2016.
Yeah, I mean, it's bureaucracy. Well, in this case, it's not necessarily bureaucracy. It's this. You and I get the green light to do whatever scientific endeavor, right? Because Congress says we're going to appropriate the money for this. The problem is you and I put this whole thing together. It takes 9 years. But
that's correct.
All of the specs are for the tech we have now. So imagine like your iPhone. 9 years from now, things are going to be obsolete, right? But at the moment we design it, it's whatever the current iPhone is. And by the time you launch, like my kids would laugh at the crap they have on the
they have GoPros that are over a decade old.
Yeah, exactly.
A pair of iPhone 4s also flew on the final space shuttle program mission in 2011. One of the biggest just absolute debacles I've ever had involving my phone personally. Down with a family in Manzanita, Oregon, which is a little bit south of Cannon Beach, and we were leaving very early on Sunday morning, we all had a gig at Emerald Downs that day.
Ah, yeah, I know the one you're talking about.
And so at one point in time, I punch in the quickest route. So they're giving me the route. I said, I want the quickest one, not thinking that it would be where this thing was going to take me.
Yeah.
We start heading over the mountains. And when we're heading over the mountains, we're starting to go a little bit more south, kind of even south of Portland, kind of just the way this road was going was more Eugene-ish. But then I realized up ahead we're going to make a left.
All right.
Now, the road that we're making a left on is a Forest Service road.
Exactly where you want to be.
But it was wide. It was gravel, but it was one of the bigger ones, right?
Yeah.
And I figured, all right, well, probably cutting us over so that we can get back on a main road and shoot, north. And I'm scrolling out, and it's all green, and, there's a little dot there where our road is. It is a gravel road. It has got a lot of switchbacks in it. We get to the top of this mountain, and then the road narrows. And keep in mind, this is like in August or July when we did this event.
Yeah.
So the service road is open. This road would have been closed in the winter.
Of course.
No questions asked. And I realized now we're on this road, and it's a logging road, basically, essentially. We're on this road for about 5 miles. And then we just keep going and winding, and there's nothing. But it still says, you are on the fastest route. Sure. Okay? Yeah. And I'm just like, Jesus Christ, man. All right. So this takes us on about an hour and a half longer route than we needed to get on.
How did it figure that this was your best route to take?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. This was like Apple Maps, or I believe at the time.
Still.
Which is what I had. I'm pretty sure.
And sometimes they take you way off, but it's still right.
Yeah.
Right.
So it's always that tough, like, do we trust it? Do we not trust it?
Right.
And yours is having a fever dream.
Yeah. Now, there are times on this drive where I completely lose cell service. Completely. And I also did not bring a phone charger with me. I don't know why. I just forgot the damn thing. But I didn't have one. I didn't have one compatible with the car.
Right.
Like the car was so old, you couldn't just plug in a USB or stuff. I needed like a cigarette lighter, phone charger type deal, which I did not have. I had one that plugged into a wall outlet, and it's draining the battery trying to find a signal. Yeah. So as it's searching for a signal, so I got to turn it off. But that's not helping me with navigation.
Sure.
All these things are happening. Finally, get to pavement, and I mean, I'm serious. We were on that road for an hour and a half, and it seemed like days. It just seemed like days going by. Like,
is anyone asking you questions?
My kids in the back, like, where are we, Dad?
Right.
I'm like, that's a great question. I don't know, but the clock's ticking on this thing. I think I need to be at Emerald Downs at noon.
Yeah.
Or 1. Finally make it to Longview, and then get on I-5. Now, lo and behold, at this point in time, there was the construction that you know right now to be in DuPont and in Lakewood. That whole stretch of road, JBLM, is completely under construction. They've got it down to like a lane or two, as they do on the weekends when most people are on the road. Now we are in dead stop traffic. I mean, we are not moving. And I do remember this little nugget. I told this story on the air before, but it's getting to the point, man, where my bladder's about ready to explode.
Yeah.
But the good news is the car is not really running. So I said, baby, I'm going to go pee. You just jump in the driver's seat. If traffic moves forward, I can walk up.
Right. You're not leaving me behind.
So we're like right where I pulled over, or right where we stopped. There was like a highway bridge, and we were at the very end of it. Fortunately,
yeah.
I jump over the guardrail, and there's a little walkway down the side underneath this bridge. So I just basically get to chest height. I'm not looking under there. I start peeing, and I hear, "Hey, man, hey, what are you doing?" And I look under there, and there's like 500 homeless people under the bridge.
You're peeing on the stuff.
Well, I'm peeing on the trail that leads down to like where they're living. And I'm like, oh, guys, Jesus, man, sorry. Like, I had no idea. It's like, don't worry, bro. Happens more than you think. You'd be surprised. Like, people stop in this spot and go down because it was an obvious trail.
Yeah.
From where they were, going back and forth. So I started peeing. I'm like, Jesus Christ, get back in the car. I'm like, there's 5 homeless guys. But if you didn't walk over there, you would not know that we were on a bridge.
Exactly.
So I'd explain, like, look, we just went over a bridge, believe it or not. There's a bunch of homeless people down there. So I think I posted at Emerald Downs about 45 minutes to an hour late.
Okay.
Whatever it was.
Yeah.
I mean, but at the same point in time in the car going like, your nerves going nuts. You're like, I cannot believe, because we left him plenty of time.
Sure.
Everything's going
That's
to be
what's
fine.
worse.
And there was nothing I could do. But my phone, man, it just did me dirty.
Yeah.
It really did. It was just, I never should have been put on a service road, even if I picked quickest route possible, because there was no way. It might have been the quickest distance between two locations.
Sure, but it's not the quickest
way,
method.
Right,
Yeah.
with that road. You know, I mean, at one point in time, like, I drove through a stream, you know, in my car. Like,
Keep going.
I had to get out, like, look, say, how deep is this? Like 3 or 4 inches. I could make it. I drove through a stream, kept on driving. I'm like, this is not it. This cannot be the frickin' road.
My father is super old school when it comes to stuff like that, right? So he's always been a map guy and always yell at me and my brother because, look, I don't care who you are. As a child, I believe that it is physically impossible to refold a street map correctly.
Yes.
Right? Then he'd bitch about the seams, the whole nine, but I'm like, you're the one who has to open it. Anyway, that went on for years. And then one thing he would do, and again, this is pretty GPS and all that stuff, if people had questions how to get somewhere, he'd pull out graph paper. And I'm telling this guy, I don't know if he is like a cartographer in a past life or something, but I mean, he can map out anything. So even to this day, it does not matter where he is. He will get a paper map or he'll noodle it out himself. So, you know, my mother's like, Robert, just use GPS. He's like, I don't trust it. She says, why not? He says, because it doesn't drive. That's his whole position. He said, drivers just know something that satellites don't, which, like in your case, maybe you know about this.
I just thought it was a quick shortcut.
Maybe you don't. He will not use it. But what's almost annoying about him is he doesn't get lost. You know, people have GPS to still get lost, make wrong turns. If GPS even suggests something he's suspect of, he's like, I don't believe that. And, of course, my mother, why don't you believe that? Blah, blah, blah. He is right about 99.9% of the time. He's like, he just has this weird gut instinct. And he's very basic in how he sees things. He's like, I would not make a left here because blah, 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 blah. GPS doesn't drive. It doesn't know. Now, look, I don't have a problem with GPS. But if I'm with my father, I would rather him just pull it out of his brain.
Yeah.
Like that, he should be the GPS. He should be like a real-time GPS.
It's like hiking. When we were hiking as kids, we would go out for 5 or 6 days. You know, the summer we would go for a week. We would just do a big loop. Our parents would drop us off someplace, and they'd pick us up probably close to the same location.
Sure.
And we had a topographical map, and we had a compass. And basically, we had to, orient our way through, orienteering and figure out where we were. And that was kind of the fun part, one of the funner parts of the trip.
That is the fun part, right?
Yeah,
That's the point of it, right?
You could see how far you were from certain places, what the terrain was going to be like before you got there. You could identify certain points, but you could get a pretty good eye on where you were, just based on that paper map.
Yeah, because that's what they're for. And I get, GPS is very convenient, but, I don't know, man. There's something about just using your brain sometimes. I get it if you're taking, a cross-country trip, but it drives me nuts. I got to find this place in Magnolia. Just look at dude, you don't need GPS. We can figure this out. Come on.
How did your phone do you good, or how did your phone do you dirty? 206-803-ROCK.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive. Most of you aren't just listening right now. You're driving, cleaning, and even exercising. But what if you could be saving money by switching to Progressive? Drivers who save by switching save nearly $750 on average. And auto customers qualify for an average of 7 discounts. Multitask right now. Quote today at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. National average 12-month savings of $744 by new customers surveyed who saved with Progressive between June 2022 and May 2023. Potential savings will vary. Discounts not available in all states and situations.
Roots. Where you're from matters. What's up? It's your boy, the Ted Smith. And I may be from the East Coast, but my roots are deep here in Seattle. Over 20 years deep. Just like our pals at Pinky's Plumbing. They're rooted in Seattle, just like me. And speaking of roots, tree roots are the biggest danger to your sewers and cost you thousands. So let your hometown heroes, Pinkies, get to the root of your plumbing problems. PinkiesPlumbing.com.
When your plumbing backs up and things get stinky, call Pinkies.
Hiring isn't just about finding someone willing to take the job. It's about getting the right person with the right background who can move your business forward. And to find candidates who match what you're looking for, trust Indeed sponsored jobs. Stop struggling to get your job post even seen on other sites. Give your job the best chance to be seen with Indeed sponsored jobs. They help you stand out and hire quality candidates who can drive the results you need. Sponsored jobs boost your post for quality candidates, so you can reach the exact people you you want faster. Join the 1.6 million companies that sponsor their jobs with Indeed. Spend more time interviewing candidates who check all your boxes. Less stress, less time, more results now with Indeed sponsored jobs. And listeners of this show will get a $75 sponsored job credit to help get your job the premium status it deserves at Indeed.com/listen. Just go to Indeed.com/listen right now and support our show by saying you heard about Indeed on this podcast. Indeed.com/listen. Terms and conditions apply. Hiring? Do it the right way with Indeed.
With comprehensive reports on local schools you won't find anywhere else, Homes.com is the only place to find the in-depth info home shoppers want. Very in-depth info. Curious about where a school ranks in the state? Look no further. Percentage of teachers in their first or second year? We've got it. Lowest student-teacher ratio? No problem. The best cafeteria lunch in the district for your 9-year-old food blogger? Would it surprise you if we said yes? Homes.com. We've done your homework.
It's always amazing to see how quickly your child grows, and I'm not just talking about their height. From those early babbles to full-on storytelling, getting to watch how their ideas, creativity, and confidence develop over the years is honestly pretty incredible. Sometimes they surprise you with what they come up with, and Lego bricks can be right there with them through all of those stages. It's not just a toy, it's a full creative building journey that keeps evolving as they do. Lego Sets Play starts as early as 1.5 with Lego Duplo, the bigger bricks designed for little hands that are just starting to explore and build. Then around age 4, kids transition to the smaller Lego bricks, and suddenly you're watching real structures take shape, real ideas form, and their imagination really take off. They begin with simple stacking, but over time they grow into full-on creators, building worlds, stories, and things you never would have expected. That's the kind of magic of Lego bricks. You're not buying a phase, you're starting a journey. Learn more and start building today with Lego bricks.
This is the mighty 99.9 KISW and KISW HD1 Seattle. Always live on the free Odyssey app. Text the guys at 206-803-ROCK from the Pinky's Plumbing Studio. You're in the men's room.
Couple of comments come in. As far as the astronauts being able to use their phone.
Yeah.
Guy says the International Space Station has Wi-Fi. Think about it. Starlink uses satellites to provide internet to people on Earth. With smartphones, astronauts can use Wi-Fi calling and do regular internet activities.
Okay, but here's my question, right? So I call a long-distance number. I just use the area code, no one. Does that apply when I'm in space? Like, are there long
space
charges? Yeah.
Space charge? I don't know.
Because if I'm NASA, like, look, you can make the call. You just got to pay your own bill.
Trying to think of the farthest phone call I've ever made. Dad, I know you talked to a bunch of friends in Australia. That's pretty good amount of...
It'd be
my daughter. It'd be my daughter in Namibia.
In Africa, yeah.
In Namibia.
We had Aaron in here today. Yeah, we always talk over messaging stuff. I'm not sure I've actually called him.
Okay.
I've called my buddy in London, and then when I went to London, you could just adjust your phone for like a few days and pay extra money. But probably...
That's what I did.
Probably Munich.
Yeah, I guess, you know what? Yeah, that's farthest. From Munich to call my wife back in Seattle.
And someone shares my pain miles. I swear I've been on that same stupid gravel road. I was highly expecting to come around a corner and have the road just end or disappear. I felt the exact same way. Like, because it kept getting narrower and narrower. And then it'd get a little bit more wide. I was like, all right, signs of life. Maybe we're going to be okay. Then it'll get really narrow again. I'm just looking at my phone going, and you know, when you're in a national forest or a state park or whatever the hell I was in, it's just green.
Yeah.
You can't, all your phone shows you is like this little brown line going through and green everywhere.
Yep.
As much as I tried to zoom out, it wouldn't give me like that enough perspective forward to see.
Because there's not enough to show you.
Is there an end of the road here? Our question, how did your phone do you good or how did your phone do you dirty? 206-803-ROCK.
Hello, Catherine. Welcome to the men's room.
Liquor and whores, gentlemen.
Liquor and whores.
So I'm gonna say this was good, a little bit bad for me, but I was at the Mariners game when Cal Raleigh hit home run number 60.
Nice.
And probably 30 seconds before that happened, everyone was standing up and energized and chanting, and my phone got knocked out of my hand and cracked the corner of the screen, which sucks. But probably 10 seconds after that, he hit home run number 60. So I've just refused to repair it since and called it good luck.
Yeah.
Okay, so say he gets
so
the 59 home runs. You're going to take that same crappy phone back, go down and watch the game, and at the moment he's at bat, just drop your phone again, just for good luck.
I'm going to snap it in half this time. I'm going to go hard for it.
So you still have – okay, so let me ask you this. I had a cracked screen for a while. My wife kept saying, hey, just get a new phone. But I'm very stubborn with that. It costs too much. And like I said, I'm just not the guy that plays on his phone, so I don't really need one. But you have that however you open it, your security code, you put up front. Because the screen kept cracking, little itty-bitty slivers of glass would embed themselves in my finger. And I never noticed at the time, but at some point – my screen was covered in blood, and it was just from my pointer finger.
Sliced up.
Right.
Jesus.
Have you? So I guess you're not at that point yet.
No, it's just the corner, and I've got like a phone protector, film screen protector, so it's like holding the glass back. Pretty sure if I took that off, I'd be in your position, but it's just in the corner, so I'm avoiding it. If it was the whole screen effed up, I would probably replace it, but now I'm just calling it good luck because it doesn't affect me too much.
Are you planning on trying to get down to Seattle tomorrow?
Oh, God, I want to. I'm going to be real with you, gentlemen. I work tomorrow, but I might not work tomorrow.
Where do you work?
Oh, you're a wild person.
Hey, man, they're expecting 1 million people, which means probably 1/3 of the metropolitan area is not going to be at work.
The Ship Canal Bridge is still closed in 2 lanes going north.
Right.
So just the idea of traffic coming from the south, which, is a pretty normal commute for most people. And it's always backed up in the morning. But they're saying, like, look, don't be surprised if you get stopped down near the Tacoma Dome.
Yeah.
Don't let that shock you that you're going to be on I-5 for a good amount of time. So I don't know if you know the back roads or whatever, but there are no back roads.
And that's exactly why I don't want to work tomorrow. My job is mobile, so I drive all over the region for work. And I'm not about to deal with that tomorrow.
Honest to God, you should call off. If your job's mobile, I mean, look, I don't care if you drive trucks for a living. Like, look, tomorrow is not going to be your friend, man. It's just not.
Exactly.
And every agency is posting this stuff.
Yeah.
It's not just the police. It's the city. It's SDOT. It's everyone from, the bus people,
Everybody.
the ferry people. They're all putting out
Everybody with common sense understands what's going to happen tomorrow because they expect 1 million people to show up downtown. Like, do the freaking math, man. I don't care who you are. This one's easy to figure out. So, Catherine, if you drive for a living anyway, how SC is traffic to you on a good day?
Oh, God, it's terrible. And for my company, I'm the only one who works for them in this entire area.
Oh.
So I can go to, Bainbridge Island and then down to Lacey and then up to Edmonds all in one day. And I'm just not wanting to deal with. I don't like dealing with it, period. Traffic's terrible. I feel like I'm always late to appointments. But, tomorrow's really not the day.
What's your worst point A to point B? Like, if you say, I got to go from this place to that place, you're just like, crap.
Well, one time, even though it's not even on this side of the mountains, they made me go to Yakima. I don't know how they justified that, but I'm probably going to call that the worst because that was 2.5 hours.
And you end up in Yakima.
To the peninsula. And that was also like 2.5 hours. So not fun.
Yeah. And then at the end, you're in Yakima.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, for all that
Mission
trouble.
accomplished.
You're right. I had to do it like last Thursday, right? I had to go to the Department of Licensing, right? Going to find these stuff at the post office.
So how many times did you go north and south dealing with the post office and them telling you need to go here or there?
Linwood, West Seattle, Shoreline, with a stop in Lake
Did you ever
City.
get your drugs?
Yeah, stop in Lake City at the wrong post office.
Oh, jeez.
Did they mail them to your home? No. You found them at the post office?
So that's the whole thing, right? It's a prescription, and they're supposed to show up. But then, like most normal people, I have a job during the day, so I can't get them. So then I tried to call the post office. They never answer. Then I talked to the national number. They're like, well, we can't do. I said, look, you don't have to do anything. I'd honestly, do less. Just leave it there.
Right.
Then they open at 8:30. I was in line at 8:30. Get in there, it's 8:40. Well, it wouldn't be here. We already sent it back out. I said, well, can you call the driver?
Right.
Like, I mean, he could, like,
where's he going?
You might have physically put it in his truck, but I bet his truck's still out back.
Yeah.
So they're like, well, it should be at this distribution center. So then I kind of just chalked it up to a massive loss and was like, I don't know how I'm going to do this. And I can't really blame the Canada company. They're just like, if they send it back, like, sorry, you're just out of luck.
Sure.
So then,
Sorry,
right? So as I'm leaving, Department of Licensing wow, hard to get a hold of them. Shockingly smooth.
Yeah, you said that was like quick in and out.
Yeah, and as I'm walking out of there, then my phone dings, right? Because I kept being like, look, it says it's here. And it's like, it's up north now. So I'm like, all right, I'll go back up there.
And they had it.
Yeah, they had it. So, like, she's driving farther distances, but even just going north to south, back up
But
to
that's
north,
in the middle of everything.
and then driving back down here
That
downtown.
The traffic's terrible.
I was just like, this sucks. Or, like, Saturday, like, just driving down to Burien, it was just pissing rain, dude.
Yeah.
I-5's backed up. People are driving wild.
I'm telling you, man, you
just white knuckling it. I was just like, I just want to be out of this damn car.
Yeah.
How did your phone do you good, or how did your phone do you dirty? 206-803-ROCK.
Hello, Aaron. Welcome to the men's room.
Hello, gentlemen.
Hola.
So, my wife and I have a couple of friends, and we go, well, we haven't been in a while, but we try to go to Leavenworth fairly regularly and go, among other things, tubing. And, one of the last times we went, we were like, man, it's always so short. And so our buddy's wife, she was like, well, it's like, hey, you guys, this is later on. Let's go to Leavenworth. I found a different route we can take when we go tubing, and it's longer. We're like, great. So we get on the river. I don't know what time it was. I'll say 2 or 3 o'clock, maybe. And we've got a little bit of booze, and, we're used to this short, like, hour and a half, maybe, if that long, is maybe 2 hour float. And we've thought, okay, good, there'll be another hour in this, maybe. Well, I don't know how late we're out there, but we run out of booze, first of all. It's starting to get dark now. We're still floating with no end in sight. We're getting cold because, again, no booze. And so my wife was like, we really didn't know what to do because we didn't really see, like, spots to get out or anything. And so she digs the phone out and takes it out of the Ziploc bag. And she's like, I'll try GPS and see if that works while we're on the river. And somehow she found this spot, and we just kind of floated till we got to the red dot and found this little space to walk through. And we're walking by all these people, like, that have coats on and stuff, and we're, like, in our shorts and, like, carrying our tubes wet. And none of us were speaking to each other. We were mad at each other, but we were completely quiet, no one not saying a word. And luckily, my wife and I had rented a place that had a hot tub, so we all got in that. It was better after that, but we were, like, nervous for a while.
Well, yeah, man. You're just floating down the river with nowhere to get out. But my question is, all right, so you get out of the river, but how far do you have to walk to get back to either a vehicle or the place you're staying?
We were fairly lucky with that. It probably, if this long, was probably about a 5 or 10 minute walk. Somehow, I guess we were close to the end, and maybe the way we cut through the woods, it got us there quicker. I don't know, but it wasn't too long, thankfully. Maybe I'd say probably about 10 minutes tops.
All right, that's not bad.
Okay.
That's not bad.
All right.
No, not bad.
Yeah. I do remember coming back from seeing my dad. He was, at the time, living in Lexington, Kentucky. And I go back on the Greyhound bus. There's one point along the route, where I need to get out of the bus, and another bus is going to come and get me.
Yeah.
So I'm switching buses, probably about halfway through the 8 hours that it takes to get there. And at the time, the Greyhound bus station was out in front of a grocery store.
Mm-hmm.
It was right beside a phone booth, and it was one of those places that had a photo mat booth in the
They're
middle,
just sitting in the driveway
of the parking lot, so you can drop off your film, pull up like that. So the bus doesn't come. The driver told me, and I'm like 9, 10.
Sorry, kid.
Yeah, and I've got a bag, I'm by myself on the side of the road, and this, in the middle of this town. And the bus was supposed to come. He said within 15 minutes to half an hour. It's an hour and a half, and then like 2 hours goes by. So I called my mom collect on this payphone.
Yeah,
because way before cell phone. So I called my mom collect on the payphone, and I give her the number where I am so she can call me, because you could call a payphone.
Yeah, absolutely.
Had a number on it. You could call the payphone too. So she's like, all right, well, I'm going to get a hold of Greyhound and find out if I can find out where this bus is. Well, she calls Greyhound and then calls me back and like, look, I talked to the people at Greyhound. They have no idea where the bus is either. I mean, because, again, this is before cell phones.
Yeah.
This is before all that. You can't call the bus. They don't have GPS on the damn thing. You don't know where it is. It's en route somewhere.
Somewhere.
Another hour goes by, and I probably called her 2 or 3 more times because she was ready to get in the car and drive 4.5 hours to pick my ass up.
Sure.
But that phone, man, that was kind of a lifesaver for me not freaking out. She kind of like talked me off the cliff a little bit. The Greyhound bus eventually came. And my mom, I think she was at the Greyhound bus station for like 2 hours waiting for me.
Because she doesn't know either. And they can't tell her because no GPS.
Yeah. You just don't know what the hell's going on. It was, I just remember being, as a kid, it was kind of cool because I felt like I was on an adventure, but I didn't know where I was.
So it's less of an adventure, more of a, I'm going to die out here.
Right. And it was getting dark. I didn't have any place to stay. I'm like, well, probably going to have to sleep under the awning at that Kmart or whatever.
It's going to be a good time to be kidnapped. Look, man, I'm still a proponent of the payphone. I don't even know where you can find one anymore. Maybe a few in the airport or something. But even when cell phones were first introduced, I'm young in my radio career. So my hours, they're just kind of haphazard. They're all over the place. Generally, I knew my schedule. But people started buying cell phones. They didn't pay me enough. They paid me enough to buy one. I was not going to buy one. Maybe that's the best way to put it. So, but there was a Dunkin' Donuts around the corner. So if I needed to call work, I would call from the Dunkin' Donuts payphone. What I did not know was, and they explained this to me later, they're like, we have caller ID. And the first time, apparently, I tried to call, they're like, why is Dunkin' Donuts calling? Being opportunistic, they thought it was a sales call, like, hey, maybe there's some promotion they're trying to do. And they're like, and it's your ass, and you're just talking to us like normal. I said, well, sure. They said, well, it comes up Dunkin' Donuts. So then they realized as the months went by, they said they had to tell everyone that works there, hey, if you see Dunkin' Donuts, pick it up. It's just one employee. And I got away with that for like a year. And I never locked my back door. And I remember one morning I wake up and one of my coworkers is walking into my place. He's like, hey, man, the boss is mad at you about whatever, but he needs your ass in there. I'm like, fine. And I don't remember what I was in trouble for. Do not care. But I get up there, get my ass handed to me, blah, blah, blah. So about 4 days goes by, and we have one of these big-ass, like, all-staff meetings. And our boss at the time, Bill Pasha, he did not look at me, but when he walked into the conference room, we're all kind of waiting for him to start. He's already in a bad mood, so he says a couple of things at the top, and he just drops the line of, and you need a phone for us to get a hold of you as a source of employment. And I'm like, I think he's talking to me. And everyone's like, yeah, you're the only person that doesn't have a phone. And I got a cell phone, and I've hated it ever since. But one of the nice things about not having a phone, see, is like when they were mad at me, they couldn't like call me at work. They physically had to send someone to my place to wake me up to tell me, hey, you need to get to work so that they can yell at you. I'm like, yeah, all right. But like if I had my phone, I would have had a horrible time at home. So at least any time that I had a stressful situation, it was a work.
Have you seen the new landline design phones that are for kids?
Yes.
They have them in Seattle. So I read this article about this woman who got her kid, like probably 6, 7 years old,
all right,
a landline cell phone. It does hook up to your Wi-Fi.
Right.
But it acts just like a regular phone.
Is this rotary or is it push button?
It's a push button.
Okay.
But you need to know your friend's number. And I believe she keeps the phone in the living room. And she woke up one morning, I believe the story said, and her daughter was having a conversation about some book or show or something like that with her friend. But, I guess it brings some solace. She had to teach a kid how to use the phone. Kid already knew how to use a cell phone.
Right.
Very efficient with it. But now, this kid's sitting there with this big-ass phone, and basically, it's like an old school one, but you keep it in a central location. That way, when the kids are on the phone, you can hear who they're talking to.
Yep, just like the good old days.
What they're talking about. Doesn't have all the tech on there. There's no apps. It's just, you want to call your friend, find out what their number is.
All right, memorize the number. And
it also rings when people call her. So if her parents want to pick up the phone, she's in the bedroom or in the bathroom, they can talk to their friend and say, hold on, I'll go get her.
I mean, that used to be what you did. Someone grabbed the phone. I mean, your parents would just yell, someone answer the damn phone. And you pick up the phone, you say hello. They asked for someone, presumably, who lived in your home. You said, hang on a second, and you went and got them. But like you said, the fact that the phone cord, because there's always one in the kitchen, there might be one somewhere else, but you had to earn the right to get a phone in your bedroom, right? That was a big thing. So through most of your younger days, any conversation you had, you were within earshot. And as a parent, I can tell you, you do eavesdrop to make sure that your kids are on the straight and narrow, right? But how many different codes did you have? Because the thing is, like, I know my parents can hear me. I know they're listening, and I cannot physically see them, but they are sitting in the next room, right? And I have stretched the cord as far as I can. So even though you had a conversation and you're planning a party where there's going to be drugs or there's going to be porn or whatever there is, we had so many different code words where I could have this conversation comfortably. My mother could walk into the kitchen, grab something to eat, and I'm still just talking and Tony, arranging some ass we're going to try to slay that night. But she would have no idea. Well, because everything we're talking, and I'm telling you, talking in code is huge, man.
And growing up, this was even before call waiting. So if someone was on the phone, they would be able to hear a beep beep, and they would go, hold on for a minute, I'm going to check this other line real quick. Then I got a call coming in. Before that, it was just a busy signal. Period. And so my buddy Pat had 2 older sisters. You could never ever get through on that phone. You had to physically walk down to his house, which was almost a mile, to get his ass. If you guys it's one of those deals where you got 3 people, but you really just want to play 2-on-2 basketball. So now you got to walk all the way down and get Pat's ass.
Hope he's home
because you can't get through the phone.
Right.
Our question, how did your phone do you good or how did your phone do you dirty? 206-803-ROCK.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive. Most of you aren't just listening right now. You're driving, cleaning, and even exercising. But what if you could be saving money by switching to Progressive? Drivers who save by switching save nearly $750 on average. And auto customers qualify for an average of 7 discounts. Multitask right now. Quote today at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. National average 12-month savings of $744 by new customers surveyed who saved with Progressive between June 2022 and May 2023. Potential savings will vary. Discounts not available in all states and situations.
Roots. Where you're from matters. What's up? It's your boy, the Ted Smith. And I may be from the East Coast, but my roots are deep here in Seattle. Over 20 years deep. Just like our pals at Pinky's Plumbing. They're rooted in Seattle, just like me. And speaking of roots, tree roots are the biggest danger to your sewers and cost you thousands. So let your hometown heroes, Pinkies, get to the root of your plumbing problems. PinkiesPlumbing.com.
When your plumbing backs up and things get stinky, call Pinkies.
Hiring isn't just about finding someone willing to take the job. It's about getting the right person with the right background who can move your business forward. And to find candidates who match what you're looking for, trust Indeed sponsored jobs. Stop struggling to get your job post even seen on other sites. Give your job the best chance to be seen with Indeed sponsored jobs. They help you stand out and hire quality candidates who can drive the results you need. Sponsored jobs boost your post for quality candidates, so you can reach the exact people you want faster. Join the 1.6 million companies that sponsor their jobs with Indeed. Spend more time interviewing candidates who check all your boxes. Less stress, less time, more results now with Indeed sponsored jobs. And listeners of this show will get a $75 sponsored job credit to help get your job the premium status it deserves at Indeed.com/listen. Just go to Indeed.com/listen right now and support our show by saying you heard about Indeed on this podcast. Indeed.com/listen. Terms and conditions apply. Hiring? Do it the right way with Indeed.
With a detailed agent directory you won't find anywhere else, Homes.com is the only place to find the in-depth info home shoppers want. Very in-depth info. Looking for a listing agent's contact info? We've got it. The agent with the most sales in your price range? Easy. Specialized agents with all the up-to-date info on your dream neighborhood? We'll know them. A Pisces who enjoys long walks on the beach? You've got other sites for that.
Homes.com. We've done your homework.
It's always amazing to see how quickly your child grows, and I'm not just talking about their height. From those early babbles to full-on storytelling, getting to watch how their ideas, creativity, and confidence develop over the years is honestly pretty incredible. Sometimes they surprise you with what they come up with, and Lego bricks can be right there with them through all of those stages. It's not just a toy, it's a full creative building journey that keeps evolving as they do. Lego Sets Play starts as early as 1.5 with Lego Duplo, the bigger bricks designed for little hands that are just starting to explore and build. Then around age 4, kids transition to the smaller Lego bricks, and suddenly you're watching real structures take shape, real ideas form, and their imagination really take off. They begin with simple stacking, but over time they grow into full-on creators, building worlds, stories, and things you never would have expected. That's the kind of magic of Lego bricks. You're not buying a phase, you're starting a journey. Learn more and start building today with Lego bricks.
You probably know Vistaprint for business cards, but did you know we print everything you need to get your brand in front of your fans? We print banners and signs that help your business stand out. We print postcards and flyers that get people talking. And we print must-have merch like tote bags, t-shirts, and water bottles. Whether you want a few or a few thousand, we print on everything so that customers can go from noticing your brand to falling in love with it. Right now, new customers can get 20% off with code NEW20. Because if you need it, we print it at Vistaprint.ca.
No matter why your clients give, their donations can do so much more with a donor-advised fund from DAF Giving 360. They can donate cash, publicly traded securities, or other non-cash items like real estate and even crypto, while recommending grants at any time. DAF Giving 360 can offer you over 25 years of expertise, bringing donors, financial advisors, and even charities together to make a greater impact. Learn more at dafgiving360.org/advisors. dafgiving360.org/advisors.
Did you know that you can save up to 70% on the best brands just by shopping at FromRevel.com? We're talking strollers, car seats, high chairs, espresso machines, cookware, everything you need for way less. Here's how it works. Every single day, Rebel drops thousands of new products on the site for up to 70% off. It's a constant stream of endless deals from top brands like UPPAbaby, Nuna, Baby Bjorn, Breville, Nespresso, KitchenAid, Le Creuset, and more. But you have to act fast because every deal is one of a kind. So if you see something you love, make sure you add to cart fast. So stop paying full price when you don't have to. Whether it's baby gear, kitchen upgrades, or a treasure for your home you didn't know you needed, Rebel has it for way less, up to 70% less. Shop FromRevel.com and save big.
The shenanigans continue. This is the Men's Room with Miles and Thrill.
This could probably happen tomorrow if you're headed downtown for the parade, either on the bus or on the light rail. She flipped the camera to selfie mode and caught me red-handed, staring at her screen. Jack said he was in London riding the Northern Line after work when he found himself backdoor browsing, the term the Metro has coined for peering at a stranger's phone over their shoulder.
Oh, their phone. Okay.
Oh, yes. But they say while gossip and some softcore eavesdropping is relatively harmless, some train riders have got into the potentially problematic habit of reading random strangers' text messages while on public transit.
Well, yeah. What do you think people around here are doing?
There was a young woman stood in front of me, and she was quite a lot shorter than me, probably age 16 or 17. And she was using Snapchat, according to this guy, Jack. Typing away on the chat function, she all of a sudden flicked over to camera. And because it was on selfie mode, she ended up recording me looking at her screen. Another writer said, I got to peek at some seriously juicy gossip when she peered over and caught sight of a man on a Metropolitan line engaged in some dodgy texting activity. I was in the train, sat next to a guy who kept flicking between screens. On one app, he was messaging his wife about their dinner and the kids. And on another, he was on Facebook Messenger talking to a girl and sending her pics of different types of lingerie that he would be willing to buy for her. He was sending this girl pictures of red lace lingerie for their trip, also telling his wife that she'd have to take care of the kids this weekend as he was going to a football match out of town. The multitasking skills of cheaters, she says, never ceases to amaze me. You got a guy at the NFC championship game, Ted?
Yeah. That in his defense, it did work, but he had the really big...
it did work?
Well, I mean, somebody showed up.
Okay.
But we just looked over, and it just, the text message he was saying said, "Want a hump."
Hump? I mean, it's just...
I know. I mean, I think really? They had thoroughly enjoyed the pre-game festivities and a couple adult beverages.
I know, but I feel like most people...
But that's not the word I would use.
That's what I'm saying. Most people, when they get drunk, they get more lewd.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
I would almost think of it as a joke if I was saying it to somebody.
I would say it sober to my wife.
Right.
You want a hump. If I'm drunk and I really want to do that, I promise you, hump is not the word.
But in his defense, the only reason we noticed was just because, the only reason we noticed was just the fault was massive.
That big?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Do you want a hump?
How did your phone do you good or how did your phone do you dirty? 206-803-ROCK.
Hello, Angela. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola, gentlemen. Go Hawks.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
You probably know Vistaprint for business cards, but did you know we print everything you need to get your brand in front of your fans? We print banners and signs that help your business stand out. We print postcards and flyers that get people talking. And we print must-have merch like tote bags, t-shirts, and water bottles. Whether you want a few or a few thousand, we print on everything so that customers can go from noticing your brand to falling in love with it. Right now, new customers can get 20% off with code NEW20. Because if you need it, we print it at Vistaprint.ca.
Donor-advised funds from DAF Giving 360. Your clients can donate cash, publicly traded securities, or appreciated assets like real estate. It's a simple, tax-smart way to give. Learn more at dafgiving360.org/advisors.
Did you know that you can save up to 70% on the best brands just by shopping at FromRevel.com? We're talking strollers, car seats, high chairs, espresso machines, cookware, everything you need for way less. Here's how it works. Every single day, Rebel drops thousands of new products on the site for up to 70% off. It's a constant stream of endless deals from top brands like UPPAbaby, Nuna, Baby Bjorn, Breville, Nespresso, KitchenAid, Le Creuset, and more. But you have to act fast because every deal is one of a kind. So if you see something you love, make sure you add to cart fast. So stop paying full price when you don't have to. Whether it's baby gear, kitchen upgrades, or a treasure for your home you didn't know you needed, Revel has it for way less, up to 70% less. Shop FromRevel.com and save big. Life gets a lot easier once you start using Shipt same-day delivery. With Shipt, order from your fave national and local stores handled by shoppers who are detail-oriented and reliable. While they hand-select everything on your list, you get peace of mind and time back for anything. An extra cup of coffee, an extra hour to work out, an extra moment in your day to enjoy your way. Sound nice? Download the Shipt app or visit Shipt.com. That's SHIPT.com.
phone did me real dirty, and I still get that pit in my stomach every time I think about it. So I used to help out this elderly lady, walk her dog, help her out around the house a little bit. And I had a messenger one day to tell her I was running a little behind, and my phone, I did the voice text thing, didn't check it before I sent it for probably a half hour or so. And instead of saying, I will see you, running behind, I will see you soon, it replaced it with, I will F you soon.
Oh, okay. Wow. What's the response from the little lady?
That means you've typed that in before, and it knows your tendencies.
Yeah. Well, sometimes I say that word every now and then, but I didn't then. I don't know if she saw it right away or not. She didn't have that red thing on it, so I could tell whether it had been or not. But when I showed up at her house eventually, I just, bowed my head down real low and said, I'm not sure if you saw that message or not, but that is certainly not what I sent. And
it's probably too bad.
Yeah, she kind of... No, I am a lesbian, but it wasn't like that. I like older women, but not that. She took it with a grain of salt, and, what are you going to do? It was too late to do anything, so...
Yeah, voice to text. I know very few people that successfully send off a voice to text. It gets close. Mm-hmm. But
my daughters can do it. Younger kids who know what they're doing, they can do it. And when I say younger daughter, I mean kids in their 20s.
Yeah. Sure. Yeah, but my wife, everyone calls her all the time about a million different things, but she'll just try to do the voice to text, and I always hear damn it. I'm like, then just type it in or just call them. But people are determined to try. My thing is, it always changes effing to ducking. Correct. And it would drive me absolutely nuts. And I knew that I'm venting a text, but I would go back and sure enough change all of the ducks to the F word because that's what I meant. Because nothing is more deflating than, shut the duck up. It doesn't mean anything, and everyone laughs at you. Now, because I've changed it so many times, my phone knows my algorithm. So it's about a month ago, I actually needed to type the word duck, and it kept correcting it to the F-bomb over. And I'm like, no, look, phone, I actually mean duck this time. And every time I did it, it would change it back to the F-bomb. So I finally just sent it. Then got a text back and it said, did you mean duck? I said, I did. My phone won't even let me use the word now without correcting it. Right.
Well, they should do it geographically, too. Because there's some areas where voice to text is not going to work.
Like a deep South.
Like a big, thick, Boston accent or the South or hell, even even Baltimore, if you wanted to say, if you wanted to pick up rural, like you're in a rural area, you're not going to hear rural.
No, it will not be rural.
No, you're going to hear rural.
Rural?
Rural.
Rural's a tough word. It's tough for us.
Even water. And if you're in Baltimore, it'd come out wooder. It'd be W-O-O-D-E-R.
It's not Aaron, it's Earn.
Yeah.
So,
Earn. Can't you say iron? You know what I mean?
How did your phone do you good, or how did your phone do you dirty? 206-803-ROCK.
Hello, Brock. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola, bitches.
Hola.
So, hey, I'm going to the parade tomorrow, Thrill, and I'm going to take the light rail from Linwood for the first time. So,
what time do you plan on leaving, brother?
Well, that's the whole thing. I live up on Camino Island, so I'm leaving crack of dawn. But I was thinking, maybe 7-ish catching the light rail. But
that sounds about right. My wife and I were talking this morning. I was going to take the light rail in. I still am because you can't drive in, right? So I was like, well, I'm going to leave early. She goes, the train's going to be packed. Why don't you go in at normal time? I was like, babe, they're expecting 1 million people. It does not matter what time I get on the train.
Right.
There's going to be an ton of people on there. I still just need to get to work early
also,
so that I can do my freaking job.
Well, you also need to cross the parade route before the parade starts.
No, I'm getting off at a different stop.
Oh, you are? Okay.
So understand something when you get downtown, man. Seriously, anyone who's taking the light rail, and you're coming from the north, so 4th Avenue is where the parade's going to be. And if you didn't go to the parade they had in 2014, it's hard to comprehend how densely packed in people are, but, you can't cross the street. So if you get off at Westlake, you can be on 5th Avenue, which is what I need to do to circumvent 4th, right? Still going to be packed, but not as crazy. Ted and I were talking earlier today. Symphony drops us off closer, but if I am west of this building, I will not get here on time, almost no matter what time I get
Also
here.
know this. Out of all the major roads downtown that run that way, from 1st all the way to 6th, 4th is the most narrow. It has the smallest sidewalks. It has the least amount of lanes. It is the smallest road that you could have the damn thing on, as far as its size goes.
Yeah.
So keep that in mind, too. It's going to be packed in on that.
But you're leaving around 7? You think what? You're leaving your home at 7, or you think you're going to try to get on the train around 7?
I was thinking about catching the train around between 7 and 8. I'm leaving my house around 6. So
Yeah,
I mean, that's your best
from
bet.
Camino, right? Because I got to hop on the light rail in Northgate by like
Bro.
8. I'm hoping if I hop on at 8, I can be at the stadium by 10.
That I was thinking around 8 o'clock. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see what happens, man. There's a lot of folks.
It's gonna be nuts.
I'm pretty excited because my daughter got me tickets to the actual in the stadium thing. So that's
Oh, wow.
be a blast. So,
Good for you, man. Good for you.
Yeah. So this is I travel a lot. Me and my girl, we take our travel trailer. We'll go on a 2-week vacation and a week vacation here and there. This time we're down in L.A. And so we decide to go. I've never been to a Dodger game. And I'm like, hey, let's go to a Dodger game. And so the game is at night. So we go and do stuff during the day, kind of lose track of time. And it's getting later. And it's like, hey, we need to get going. Let's call an Uber. And we don't take Ubers very often because, we're always traveling and driving. But so she ends up ordering share Uber. And I didn't realize that. And I didn't even know what that was. And so we get in the Uber and we start driving, and I put in my phone the location, the stadium, just so I can see what time we're going to get there. And, we start driving, and then all of a sudden it starts going backwards, and my time's getting further and further away. And I'm going, hey, what is going on? She goes, well, we've got a shared Uber. I'm like, okay, we need to get out of this Uber now because we're going to be way late now. And she goes, okay. So we tell the guy, hey, can you pull over at the next corner and just let us out? We're going to call another Uber. And sure enough, jump out of the Uber. I'm kind of, mad at her. I'm giving her a bad time. Okay, we're going to be way late, blah, 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 blah. And so she calls another Uber. We get in the Uber, and then I go to grab my phone and realize I left it in the last Uber.
Yep.
And it's like, oh, my God. So I start, we use her phone. We call my phone. Nobody answers it for a little while. Finally, somebody answers it. And it's like, hey, I left my phone in this Uber. Can you tell the Uber driver to bring it to the stadium? And he's like, well, the Uber guy doesn't speak English, so it's going to be kind of tough. So it took a while. We finally get it, almost 2 hours later. We get in for the 8th and 9th inning. And,
oh, my God, you missed the whole game.
Yeah, well, I didn't really care. It was more just saying you went to the stadium and kind of checking it out. But But yeah, we missed the whole game.
Sounds like an awesome time.
Yeah. I've told the story many times. I left my phone in an Uber in Vegas and had to pay $100 to get it back the next day.
Leaving anything in the Uber.
But the fact
sucks.
that the guy found it and told me what time that he was going to show up and drop it off, he did all those things.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's as stand up as you can get. He wasn't anywhere near where he needed or wanted to be, and he explained that to me. So he did drop it off. I think I pulled out $100 from the ATM. And I think I pulled out 40 or whatever like that. And he's like, he just kind of like started rolling up the window, and I was like, all right, 60. He's like, come on. So it's like, all right, this is all I got, man.
It's all the money in your hand.
Then the phone slid out the window, and I got my phone back.
But see, what's weird about your story is it came out of the back window.
Oh yeah. Oh no, this was
the driver is someone different. So I'm like, who did?
Do you remember when I came
back
back in? Do you remember when I came back in? I was like, that was bizarre. That was real weird. That was either gangster or mob. I don't know what.
Something, man.
I don't know what that was.
I like the idea. He just keeps being like, nah, man.
No.
Because you can see the money in the hand.
I mean, because I pulled all the cash out of my wallet. So I peeled 40 off.
You pull 40 out. Right.
I know that now.
Yeah, yes, you have learned.
Yeah, but
you haven't gotten scammed enough in your life, Montgomery.
Exactly.
That's how my brother and I got robbed in New York City.
What's that?
Right? It's right. What year was it? It doesn't matter. But there's a blizzard going on. It's March. My father had won tickets from a sports station to go to see the Big East basketball tournament. We still get on the train. We go up there. Now imagine basically like a 12, 13-year-old and a 19 and a 20-year-old. We've never been in New York City. We get off at Penn Station. And some dude's just like, you guys need cabs. And we're like, yeah. And he's like, I'll get you cabs. He got the woman in front of us a cab. And then he ran out there, held a cab down. And I think he had said $20. But same thing, my brother went to hand him that and had all the money that, like, my father had given us.
Yeah.
So then the guy says, I need change for $100. Chris gives it to him, and he takes off. We chase him a little bit. Then he pulled out a gun. Was like, I'm tired of running. All right. But same thing, like, lesson learned.
How old were you?
I think I was 12 or 13. I mean,
a guy pulls a gun on a 12-year-old.
You want him to stop chasing it?
Chris was 19 or 20,
but still, I don't know. Okay,
that's the East Coast way, man. I mean, it's very simple. Everyone understands that language.
Right, and it's March. Like I said, there's a real blizzard going on. So, we're just desperate to get there. But, yeah, I think my dad had given us, like, a credit card. Because we had won the trip, right?
Right.
So, first of all, when we picked up these tickets, Chris had a Jeep. The guy at the radio station was like, you two are nuts. I can't believe
driving in a blizzard.
Yeah. And he's like, I don't, like, because we called him, and they said, you pick him up. And then the hotel they put us up in was gorgeous, right? Right by Madison Square Garden. But, again, it was so expensive.
Oh,
just to park.
Yeah.
Just anything.
Everything.
If you want to get a breakfast down there, you know what I mean? Like, I get it now as an adult. I've been to some of these hotels.
Yeah, but as a kid,
we never stayed in hotels like this where it's like the only breakfast option is the $50 brunch.
Right.
Yeah.
Right?
I'll tell you when the phone did me dirty. It was in New Orleans, Super Bowl week years ago. Me and Miles are in there. Now, Miles' wife is there, okay? But the bar we were in is during the day, but it's kind of dark inside. But there were some real hot women working there. So Miles says to me, hey, man, that one waitress over there has a fantastic ass. I'm like, oh, my God. She certainly does. So he goes, look, I'm going to slide you my phone to snap a picture of that ass. I'm like, on it. How hard can this be? So I get it. And we're trying to be subtle. Just keep this in mind. And she's talking to two other waitresses, I believe, in this moment. And I go to hit the button to take the picture. I did not realize your flash was on.
Mm-hmm.
So the whole bar is just like, poof, right? Just this big-ass strobe. So now everybody's head whips around, and I have this phone in my hand, and I think it was kind of obvious what I'm doing. Just
yes, it was.
Where my hand was. You know what I mean?
My wife goes, what did he just do? And I said, he just took a picture of that girl's ass.
He did. And she gives me this look. I'm like, yeah.
Well, I was like, I suggested it.
You did.
Well, some of the phones, too, will just adjust.
Uh-huh.
I mean, I did it on Friday night, right? What was he say? I was at the Showbox Market, right? Watching the Grateful Shred.
Okay.
But where we were, up top of that one bar, you can get a picture of everybody below us. So I was like, I want to do that. But same thing. I didn't realize it had switched on.
Also the flash.
Just
flash to the crowd.
Right, and everybody's kind of looking at me, and I assume it's a dead cover band. Some of these people are a little altered.
Probably.
It's like, oh, Jesus Christ, turn off the
I
flash.
know. It's such a
The best part about that picture is right after Steve took that picture and everybody turned around, one of the waitresses is coming around with test tube shots.
All right.
Okay, but she won't just give you the test tube shot.
Of course not.
You got to do it between her breasts. She's wearing a bikini. But my wife's right beside me. I'm like, baby, I'm going to get a shot. She's like, just go ahead.
I mean, we're in the moment.
I just got my face down there. I'm like, Oh, yeah.
And you know me, man, I'm usually not into shooters. It was different with her.
Sure.
Like, do you want one? I'm like, I do. 9 times out of 10, I'm saying no. Even last night at the bar when they brought out the hypodermic Jello shot things. My wife is kicking. My wife enjoys Jello shots.
Jello with a needle
because it was for the Super Bowl. So my
well,
wife.
Hang on now. It's a giant plastic syringe. There's no needle.
Right. Oh, no needle, right? Yeah. But my wife will always ask because they changed the names of the flavors, and it doesn't necessarily give away what it tastes like. So my wife asked this guy like, whatever the flavor was, and he said, "Oh yeah, sure." And keep in mind, she always gets Jello shots, and he turns around with these 2 big ass syringes, man, and even she was just like, "No." I mean, no, that's not. If she's going to do it, look, it's my wife. You know her. She's not going to suck it out of a syringe, man. If you had it in a little cup, I would have. I just only Jello shot 10. I'm surprised you didn't.
It was Monday night.
So we're both at a bar. We're already in a bar.
I don't know. Even I was like, and they were still Seahawks colors. I took a picture with them because they looked awesome, but I was like, I don't know if I'm sucking those out.
It just seems so gratuitous.
Sunday, I would have been all about it.
Oh, of course. Of course.
Yep. Making that thing feel good.
Our question, how did your phone do you good or how did your phone do you dirty? 206-803-ROCK.
You probably know Vistaprint for business cards, but did you know we print everything you need to get your brand in front of your fans? We print banners and signs that help your business stand out. We print postcards and flyers that get people talking. And we print must-have merch like tote bags, t-shirts, and water bottles. Whether you want a few or a few thousand, we print on everything so that customers can go from noticing your brand to falling in love with it. Right now, new customers can get 20% off with code NEW20. Because if you need it, we print it at Vistaprint.ca.
Donor-advised funds from DAF Giving 360. Your clients can donate cash, publicly traded securities, or appreciated assets like real estate. It's a simple, tax-smart way to give. Learn more at dafgiving360.org/advisors.
Did you know that you can save up to 70% on the best brands just by shopping at FromRevel.com? We're talking strollers, car seats, high chairs, espresso machines, cookware, everything you need for way less. Here's how it works. Every single day, Rebel drops thousands of new products on the site for up to 70% off. It's a constant stream of endless deals from top brands like Uppa Baby, Nuna, Baby Bjorn, Breville, Nespresso, KitchenAid, Le Creuset, and more. But you have to act fast because every deal is one of a kind. So if you see something you love, make sure you add to cart fast. So stop paying full price when you don't have to. Whether it's baby gear, kitchen upgrades, or a treasure for your home you didn't know you needed, Rebel has it for way less, up to 70% less. Shop FromRevel.com and save big. Life gets a lot easier once you start using Shipt same-day delivery. With Shipt, order from your fave national and local stores handled by shoppers who are detail-oriented and reliable. While they hand-select everything on your list, you get peace of mind and time back for anything. An extra cup of coffee, an extra hour to work out, an extra moment in your day to enjoy your way. Sound nice? Download the Shipt app or visit Shipt.com. That's SHIPT.com.
As a woman entrepreneur, you know that every connection counts, whether it's with your customers, your team, or your community. Spectrum Business is here to help you build those connections stronger and faster. Imagine running your business with fast, reliable, fiber-powered internet so you can stay connected to customers, employees, and vendors without having to worry. We know flexibility matters. That's why select Spectrum Business packages come with a 3-year price guarantee, so you can focus on running your business. Plus, enjoy savings on internet, phone, TV, and mobile services when you bundle, all with a 30-day money-back guarantee and no long-term contracts. With Spectrum Business, you get more than just internet. You get support with 100% U.S.-based customer service. Real people who understand small business, ready 24/7 to help you stay up and running. Join millions of business owners like you across America who trust Spectrum Business for reliability, speed, and support. Visit spectrum.com/business today to get started. Restrictions apply. Services not available in all areas.
The mighty 99.9 KISW and KISW HD1 Seattle. Always live on the free Odyssey app. From the Pinky's Plumbing Studio, you're in the men's room. Text the guys at 206-803-ROCK.
Friday night, Friday the 13th coming up. In just a couple days, we get Yachty and Naughty at Snoqualmie Casino and Hotel for live night this year. Coming up on the program, Taryn Daly, Steve Mix from Daily Mix Morning Show. We'll sit and spin with the 10 greatest yacht rock songs of all time.
Yes, indeed.
Give you a little taste there of Friday night. That's coming up at 4:30. Our question dealing with how did your phone do you good or how did your phone do you dirty? This actually could have been a terrible thing. It ended up being not the worst. A single-engine plane made an emergency landing on a busy road in Georgia, striking 3 vehicles, leaving 2 people with minor injuries, according to authorities. After the pilot told air traffic controllers to let his wife and parents know that he loved them very much. The Hawker Beechcraft Bonanza landed yesterday on Browns Bridge Road in Gainesville, about 50 miles northeast of Atlanta, headed to Cherokee County Regional Airport in Canton. But the pilot turned back after experiencing problems with the engine just after departure, according to the National Transportation Safety Board. Plane didn't have enough power to make it to the airport, so the pilot landed on the road. I think we're not going to make it, you could hear him say. Please tell my wife Molly I love her, and my parents. I love them so much. More than 10 minutes later, he got a call back. We're going to be fine. We lost our engine taking off out of Gainesville. We tried to glide back, did everything by the book, but realized we're not going to make it back and how far out we were. So, guys, we came down on a road. The plane did struck 3 cars, dislodging a fuel tank into one of them. Gainesville police said 2 people were taken to a hospital with minor injuries, but the fact that they were able to land in the middle of hundreds of vehicles and only hit 3 of them, no power lines, is very remarkable, noting that the road is one of the main arteries through northeast Georgia. The fact that no one was seriously injured or killed is just astonishing.
And I keep hearing the story. And Mike, you're married. You're piloting a plane. Now, this guy, all right, you say that now, all right, but this guy legitimately thought he was going to die. Yes. Hence, hey, tell my wife, Molly, that I love her. Just my dog's name is Molly, so I find that funny. Okay. Anyway, in addition to that, what else do you want to tell your wife as you're going down? Like, I hate Salmon Wednesdays. Like, it's one thing to say, hey, tell my wife I love her. And also a few other things. Stop taking my hoodies.
Your zucchini suck.
I never liked your dog.
Right. I mean,
I could have got
I'm
that.
I'm just thinking, like, what else could this guy have said? Because, like I said, nothing's worse than saying all this truth and then you end up surviving.
Right. Because I think that's what it
had
is.
sex with your sister. I wanted you to know.
I think it's the small bit of hope that you hold on to that you actually will survive. And then it's kind of like, you're crash landing, you got your buddy, like, dude, I've always hated your girlfriend. Then you survive, like, well, we're screwed now.
So you think this guy was kind of like, all right, I think I'm going to die. But I'm still holding out hope, so I'm going to stop with I love you. Yes. But if this plane stalls and I know it's imminent, hey, one last thing you need to tell. You think then he goes through his laundry list of complaints?
Darn right. I think if you
I hate your tuna casserole.
If you found the black
your
book
mother's
on
a
that,
whore, right? But you have have to know you're dying. Almost famous.
Yeah. The one guy's like, I'm gay.
And then the plane just stops in turbulence.
It like levels out.
That's what you got to know, man.
Like, ooh.
A woman was caught on a viral video swimming in a dirty river after dropping her phone while joking, I'm going to be famous on TikTok. Now, if you know anything about San Antonio, you know of the San Antonio Riverwalk.
Yeah, it's disgusting.
It is a tourist hotspot, famous for its European architecture and cruise tours. But officials have always prohibited visitors from wading in the water over health and safety concerns because it's a real thing. Mm-hmm. The video captured the moment the unidentified woman suspended herself into the river and began searching for the phone with her bare feet. She told her friends that she would feel around with her bare feet before taking off her shoes and rolling up her sweatpants. In the clip, she carefully climbed down the cement wall into the murky green water and began to walk around slowly as boat passengers tried to direct her. Others stood on the cement wall and watched as she desperately tried to find her submerged phone with her feet. The crowd cheered as she fished out a flat square brick. But the woman then screamed, yes, guys, it's an effing brick. TikToker who shared the video added in the caption, we watched this lady search for her phone in the San Antonio River on the Riverwalk. She looked for over 8 minutes and only found a brick and 2 rocks. Never found her phone. Locals did rush to the comments section to express their shock and disgust at the visitor's behavior, with one writing, I live in San Antonio. She needs to go to a doctor right now. I would rather be phoneless than even breathe next to that Riverwalk. That is absolutely disgusting. Another, that phone is no good anymore. Just buy another one. Don't keep trying to look for it. I live in San Antonio. She's not finding a damn thing in that water. It's gone. The E. coli is a problem in that river that comes from fecal matter from animals and humans and can be very harmful. to humans as well. But I've told this story before. I'll tell it to you real quick. I was down with a family in San Diego. My kid was in school down there. So my wife loves a good activity at the time. You always got to do some kind of activity. You can't just chill out and go with the flow. You need to have a structured plan activity.
But it does not involve relaxing.
This is how she rolls. That's exactly right. So what are we going to do? We were staying at the Marriott down on the water, and she said they have kayaks you can rent. I'm like, all right, cool. So we take the kayaks out for a little while, probably an hour or so, whatever the rental is, come back in. And as she is pushing up out of the kayak, she's got her phone in her hand, and she's pushing up on the dock, and that phone is not all the way fully on the dock with her hands on the edge. Thump, goes right down into the bottom of that marina. Now, the water is probably about 8 feet deep.
Yeah.
It's right out of my no zone as far as how cold the water was at this time. It was just 70 degrees in San Diego at the time. I could see the phone, blah, 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 blah. But I have a plan. I'm like, look, hopefully, if I'm lucky, we'll get a low tide, and that'll be a little bit more manageable. If it's 5 feet down, I will dive down and get your damn phone. But any more than that, I'm just not diving down that, because it was kind of wedged in between the dock and a boat. So I would have to dive straight down,
right,
and then come straight back up. So it's kind of a narrow little area to dive
but
down
even
into.
if low tide hits, what are the odds that the phone is going to, having been, so low tide, sure, great.
Right.
It's going to be hours. The phone's done one way or another.
Yeah. So next day I did a 5K.
Or you got to hope it's still there.
Yeah,
but
but
it's in water. It moves
not
around.
Going to work.
But you have to understand, when you take the phone away from a woman, all right, you've basically just, I mean, you've ruined the entire trip. She did this on her own. But at the same
it's your
time,
fault.
now she's got my phone all the time. She's doing her own things. Like, you don't have this person's number. Yeah, I'm not friends with the Alpha.
You don't have this app.
I don't have. I don't know. I don't know any of this crap. But so the next day we ran in a race in the morning, like a 5K downtown, and it basically ends where our hotel is. So I walk over. I've got my phone, and I call her phone, and I can see it, man, and it's still lighting up down 8 feet of water. I can see the damn thing, and people are like looking around, looking to see what I'm doing. One of the boat captains or a guy who lives on the boats walking up, he's like, yeah, man, that's going to be a tough one to get. I'm like, I'm not the best diver in the world, but I was like, I just don't see me being able to get down that far because it's kind of an illusion. He's like, yeah, man, it's probably more like 10 feet.
Yeah.
And I'm like, 10 feet straight down? I'm not a golden retriever. I don't know if I can do that or not. So the next day, get up and do a walk and go get coffee. This is day number 2 after the phone had been dropped in. It been dropped in the afternoon the day before. I call it again. It lights up again. All right?
Staying corrected.
The third day, I walked by there, called the phone again, and it still lit up. Went back in the afternoon because it was low tide. Tried to call the phone again. It had died at that point. So I'm like, there's no point in me even trying to get down there because she had it in one of those plastic Ziploc cases.
And that didn't keep. I mean, I know it was down there for days, but it did eventually leak through.
She pinched it to the point it was like airtight.
Yeah.
So there was no air bubble in there to float the thing up. The phone was too heavy. So the phone still submerged, because you're supposed to wear that thing with the strap around
Right, the
your neck.
lanyard and all that crap.
Exactly. How did your phone do you good, or how did your phone do you dirty? 206-803-ROCK.
Hello, Steve. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola.
Hola.
Yeah, so hopefully you guys are doing well today after the big Seahawks victory.
Sure, man.
Yeah, so my story goes like this. I drive a Corvette, and I put 4 cameras inside the carport, 2 cameras out on the deck, and no problems. One morning, I wake up to pee, and I look in my security TV, and there's some guy leaning in my car. I freak out, get dressed, run all the way in there or out there, and the phone didn't work. It just crapped out.
So what, are you trying to call 911, you mean?
Exactly. But it was a Samsung phone, and it just decided to crap out on me. And so when I got out there, I was felt stupid because I didn't know what to do. I don't know if the guy's got a gun or what, so I just said, hey, could you do me a favor? Could you wait right here? And he goes, yeah, sure. I ran back in the house and grabbed a baseball bat. I must have chased him a block and a half up the street before I gave up. I was out of breath. But I'll tell you what, never buy a Samsung. Garbage.
Lesson learned.
You said, will you wait right here for me? And he said, sure.
Yeah, he stood there and waited.
That's not the brightest
You
guy.
know, no, and first I said, "Hey, how you doing?" And he said, "Hey, what's up?" And I said, "Can you do me a favor and wait? I'll be right back." And he said, "Sure." So I just ran back up into the house here and grabbed my baseball bat. And he said, "What are you doing?" I said, "I'm going to bust your knees." And he just turned and bolted.
I'll tell you where I think you went wrong in this story. All right, so you got the Samsung. You go to call 911. It doesn't connect. Now you said you freaked out and got dressed. Getting dressed was your first mistake, because the guy could be 6'9", weigh 350 pounds, and be a former boxing champ. Nobody likes a naked person charging them. They're going to run. Like, you need to look crazy, man.
Steve, do you have a baseball bat for personal protection?
I absolutely know that, because one of my favorite strategies, I'm only 5'9", 190 pounds. I'm an ex-biker, but the one thing that wins a fight is when someone wants to throw down, you just start taking your pants off, and they go, "Whoa, what are you doing, dude?"
Nobody wants to deal with that. No. Nobody.
Yeah.
I just don't have a baseball bat on the ready. Like, I don't. It's one thing I've had my entire life, but in my adult life, I don't have a baseball bat anymore.
Yeah,
probably should for protection, but I just don't have one.
Yeah, it also depends on where you live.
I'm just thinking, if someone breaks into my house, I don't know that a baseball bat is going to be the deterrent.
Yeah.
I assume you are armed with a gun, and if you tell me you're not, then we can scrap. But my assumption is that you are armed with a firearm. I don't have anything that's going to...
Have you guys ever been in a position where you had to call 911?
I called 911. Yeah. I would have, but I didn't have my phone on me. So I saw the kid gets hit. He's on a skateboard, gets hit by a car. It's downtown Seattle. There would be 12 people just staring at this kid laying in the middle of the street. I was getting pizza around the corner. I don't have my phone on me. I just left it at work. But everyone's just looking at him. And my instinct, my hand goes in my pocket. And I'm like, crap, I don't have my phone. So I'm looking at these people looking at him. And I'm like, can someone call 911? And like, it just snapped at all the brains. Like, oh, right, yeah. So probably 11 people called 911. So I would have called 911 since it was too big of a task, apparently, for all of the witnesses standing there. But that was it. And I felt bad because I didn't have my phone.
I was going to say, right, like I called him once just because there was a girl about to jump off one of the overpasses.
Jesus.
That's right, I remember.
Jesus, man. Yeah, that's a good reason to call.
Did you talk to her personally?
No.
You just called 911?
Yeah.
I mean, what are you going to say, man? And do you want to be the last person there? Right?
I mean, that's the whole thing. I had no idea what was going on. Like, she's kind of climbing over, right? So I'm on the phone, and then she kind of came back on the other side. But same thing. Like, I don't know. What if I say something? What if even just interacting with her makes her go, "I need to do this"?
You don't know. Or even if she slipped in the time you're talking to her, right? I'm not trying to carry that guilt.
How'd your phone do you good, or how did your phone do you dirty? 206-803-ROCK.
I don't know if you remember this clip from like 20 years ago. It was over in China. And there's a guy, he's on a bridge. He's threatening to jump, okay? So it's rush hour traffic. They have stopped in both directions. Traffic is absolutely backed up. And the cops, they are out of their vehicles trying to talk to the guy. Okay, so they're maybe 12 feet away from him. But he is one leg over the bridge. I don't speak Chinese, but contextually, you can guess what the conversation is. Come on, buddy, all this kind of stuff. One of the drivers gets out of his car, walks up to this dude, and pushes his ass off the bridge. And the guy was gone because he was pissed because he was. I think
he was stuck in
showed me the
traffic?
video. Yeah, I mean, this guy, he just walks up real casual, and he's not quite smiling. It's more of a, I don't know, kind of a sneer. But you see him walk right past the cops. I think the cops thought maybe he knew the guy or something. And pushed his ass off the bridge and started going back to his car. Naturally, the cops arrested him.
Different trip.
Damn,
different trip
man.
to San Diego to see my kid, but I saw somebody jump off the Coronado Bridge.
You actually saw it?
Yeah, they stopped. He parked his truck. He was coming the opposite way as me. We were on the very top of the bridge. I didn't know what he was doing. I thought he was just getting out to check something in the back of his truck.
Yeah.
He closes the door. He walks over, and he's gone.
Holy.
Yep.
I guess you called 911.
I did not call 911 because there was already people.
What did someone need to do for you to call 911?
Well, people were behind him, so they saw him. Initially, I thought he was in the back of his truck. I did not realize. So
you didn't realize?
When I got past the truck, I was on the inside lane. I rolled down the window, and the guy's going, he jumped, he's right there, I'm like, man, he ain't going to make it. That's a high bridge.
Wow.
Yeah. Turns out that guy had murdered his girlfriend that morning.
Jesus Christ.
I read the story the next day, because I'm like, there's got to be
follow-up.
There's got to be a follow-up to this. We got to know what the hell what happened. How did your phone do you good, or how did your phone do you dirty? 206-803-ROCK.
Hello, Matt. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola, bitches.
Hola.
Hawk Nation.
Go Hawks.
Yep. All right. So about 16 years ago, I was with my ex-baby mama, And it was coming to the end of our relationship. We were arguing. We couldn't get along. So we had a fight. I went down to a friend's house. Everybody's got the friend that still lives like they're in college when they're in their late 20s. And so we start drinking beer, and we start talking about her. I'm telling him what's wrong. You know, she doesn't trust me. She's always a B. And, you know, I'm just talking a lot of crap. And it goes on for a while. You know, we get into, my friend's like, I don't really like her either. I don't know why you're with her and all this stuff. And I think at one point it was like, you know, she's not even that good looking. And just really bad stuff. And so I was at his house for about an hour and a half, and I go home and I walk in the door, and I just get this mean mug stare. I'm like, hey, well, you know, what's going on? And she just shows me her call log on her phone. I apparently had butt dialed her, and she listened to the whole 45-minute conversation that me and my friend, who is a friend of hers also, just talking down about her.
Well, I guess that was the end of that.
Well, not quite at that point, but that was pretty much the beginning of the end.
Yeah, well, sounds like it.
And
sounds like it.
It was pretty much over at that point anyway.
Well, that just guaranteed it, man. That is,
that was
I've done
the
it.
final nail in the coffin.
Yeah, I did it one day after work. Me and Ted were talking in the office, and she called. I thought I hung up, and I didn't. I just went on rampage because it was so bad.
You just don't do it, man.
It was so bad. Yeah.
Don't do it.
It was another one of those times, like, took a month to get over that one. You know, like anything. Just like, I mean, she was one of those people that, wasn't easily to forgive you.
Didn't like being talked about.
Oh, man. I went off.
But were you responding to a situation?
No, I was frustrated about whatever the hell she was talking about. So I hung up and I just vented with Ted. But I didn't hang up the phone, man. And I mean, it was just F-bomb after F-bomb. Every word in the book. You know, not wanting to go home.
Yeah.
Then I'm like, uh-oh.
That is the worst feeling.
Still there.
Oh,
no.
Hello? Yeah, oh, no. Hello. No, I'm just joking, man. Yeah, I just came with Ted.
All right. So I have two for you. A, my sister, my mom, my brother, my sister-in-law, they would always go see the National Christmas tree sometime around the holiday, around Christmas, and then go to this Irish restaurant, right? So look, my niece and nephew are a little bit younger, blah, blah, blah. I guess one of them's throwing up. There's another kid at the thing. So anyhow, so my sister gets absolutely hammered and forgets that my brother is still on this text thread. And this is like 2 days before Christmas. So he obviously have his phone on silent. And he wakes up in the morning, and my sister's calling his house phone. She's like, I'm so sorry, blah, blah, blah. So he sees all this. Basically, like, Christmas, you and Mom stay in Maryland. We'll stay in Virginia.
Oh, really? Was that bad?
So that one was bad. It took a couple. I mean, I want to say it took like a year because I think even Easter, he was still so pissed. Like, no, you're not coming over. But the worst one was.
That wasn't the worst.
No, was Bernie and his brother. And I will put this lightly. Bernie and his one brother have complete different political views and say, this other brother may be somebody like I do.
Okay.
So they call him from the truck, right? And they need this brother because he works on trucks and everything. And they don't hang up the phone. Say they left like a 45-minute voicemail, like that guy just said, just calling him a bitch, saying he's a P word.
Oh, no way.
I mean, just think of like some of the worst stuff you'd say to like a family member or a teammate, right? But it's one thing if you're saying it, they kind of get it. But like, I mean, again, I think that took a year or two. The one brother just was like, you guys are like, now, I know what you really think about it.
That is a rough one, dude.
How did your phone do you good or how did your phone do you dirty? 206-803-ROCK.
Guess who it is, Ted? James, welcome to the men's room.
What's up, y'all? How y'all doing today?
Doing great, man.
Good. Long story short is, you know how on iPhones you can have a nickname, so your phone will call you a nickname?
Sure.
So I thought it would be a good idea to put Big Daddy Dope Penis, but not use the word penis.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
I got you.
So my mom lives in a retirement community, and I had totally forgotten that I put this nickname on there. It's been months and months and months. And she lives in a retirement community, and she's having a garage sale, so she's getting rid of all of her stuff, and she has a ton of puzzles. puzzles go really well with the elderly because, they love doing puzzles, I guess. Whatever.
And they got you can sit down and you got nothing to do.
Exactly. So I'm, selling these puzzles to these older ladies. And one of the older ladies says, "Oh, where did your mom get all these puzzles?" And I was like, "Oh, she works for a craft store, And she was like, "Oh, is it near?" And I'm like, "Yeah, do you want me to get the address for you?" And she's like, "Yeah, sure." So I said, "Hey, Siri, can you give me the address for so-and-so store?" And she's like, "Sorry, Big Daddy Dope." Right in front of her. "You need to unlock your iPhone first." And so I'm sitting there looking at her, and I look straight at her, and the lady says, it's okay. You don't have to get the address."
Is it really big?
Yeah. I mean, my phone didn't call me that for no reason. So, just say that. But I
your phone made that call.
Exactly.
That's how that works.
Big Daddy Dope D.
Siri's like, "I already know your nickname, you well-hung polo pony." That is not how it works.
Taryn Daly, Steve Mix from the Daily Mix Morning Show coming up. We're going to sit and spin with the 10 greatest yacht rock songs of all times, and we've got your emails on the way next from the men's room at KISW.com.
You probably know Vistaprint for business cards, but did you know we print everything you need to get your brand in front of your fans? We print banners and signs that help your business stand out. We print postcards and flyers that get people talking. And we print must-have merch like tote bags, t-shirts, and water bottles. Whether you want a few or a few thousand, we print on everything so that customers can go from noticing your brand to falling in love with it. Right now, new customers can get 20% off with code NEW20. Because if you need it, we print it at Vistaprint.ca.
No matter why your clients give, a donor-advised fund from DAF Giving 360 makes charitable giving simple and efficient. They can get a tax deduction upon funding an account, and their assets can potentially grow tax-free as they recommend when and where to give. DAF Giving 360 has over 25 years of experience bringing donors, financial advisors, and charities together to make a greater impact. Learn more at dafgiving360.org/advisors.
Did you know that you can save up to 70% on the best brands just by shopping at FromRevel.com? We're talking strollers, car seats, high chairs, espresso machines, cookware, everything you need for way less. Here's how it works. Every single day, Rebel drops thousands of new products on the site for up to 70% off. It's a constant stream of endless deals from top brands like Uppa Baby, Nuna, Baby Bjorn, Breville, Nespresso, KitchenAid, Le Creuset, and more. But you have to act fast because every deal is one of a kind. So if you see something you love, make sure you add to cart fast. So stop paying full price when you don't have to. Whether it's baby gear, kitchen upgrades, or a treasure for your home you didn't know you needed, Rebel has it for way less, up to 70% less. Shop FromRevel.com and save big. When it comes to same-day grocery delivery, Shipt knows your expectations are high. You didn't just order cookies. You ordered the coconut macaroons that help you power through 3 p.m. meetings. And you definitely didn't just order baby carrots. You ordered the one veggie your kindergartner willingly snacks on. With Shipt, you don't just order groceries. You order attentive service from personal shoppers who care about the details. See the difference by downloading the app or visiting Shipt.com. That's SHIPT.com.
Did you know that you can buy your car completely online on AutoTrader? Really? Just visit autotrader.com, filter and search through dealer listings for the car you want, make, model, color, and all the features that matter to you. Go ahead, get picky. Whether you're into subcompacts with heated cup holders, crossovers with all-wheel drive, pickups with kicking sound systems, or SUVs that can survive whatever chaos your kids unleash. Just drop in your info and you'll only see cars in your budget. Really. Once you find your one and only, you can do the whole deal online and have the car delivered to your driveway. Or you can pick it up at the dealership and drive your new ride right off the lot. Really. AutoTrader makes it easy to buy your car online because the whole process is designed around your wants and must-haves. AutoTrader. Buy your car online. Really.
Guys, it's no use putting it off. The best time for an underwear refresh is now. Tommy John underwear is designed for a perfect fit that stays put all day. There's zero chafe thanks to 4 times more stretch than competing brands. And their innovative horizontal quick draw fly is a game changer. With over 30 million pairs sold, there are thousands of men out there more comfortable than you. Don't settle for less. Go to TommyJohn.com today for 25% off your first order with code COMFORT. That's TommyJohn.com, code COMFORT. Tommy John. Comfort perfected.
Thy ticket, Lady Jennifer of Coolidge.
Well, many thanks, good sir. Hereeth my Discover card.
They accept Discover at Renaissance fairs?
Yeah, they do here. Discover's accepted at the places I love to shop. Getteth with the times.
With the times? You're playing the lute.
Yeah, and it sounds pretty good, right?
Discover is accepted at 99% of places that take credit cards nationwide. Based on the February 2025 Nielsen report.
No matter why you give, your donations can do so much more. With a donor-advised fund from DAF Giving 360, you can potentially grow your charitable dollars tax-free and give now or over time by donating cash, publicly traded securities, or non-cash assets like real estate and crypto. With over 25 years of expertise bringing donors, financial advisors, and charities together, DAF Giving 360 can help you make a greater impact. Learn more at dafgiving360.org. dafgiving360.org.
99.9 KISW. We return to the men's room with Miles and Thrill.
Just a couple days away from Live Night Getting Yachty and Naughty Snoqualmie Casino in Hotel. The entire experience live. Doors open at 6 o'clock at the Snoqualmie Casino and Hotel. Obviously, you can get there a little bit early, do a little gambling, have a little fun, and then enjoy the show as 100% of everything you'll experience will be live from the Daily Mix Morning Show. The hosts, all the laughs, the sound effects, all the music, the voice actors, the commercials, and, of course, a live band on stage doing the yacht rock scene.
And us.
That's right. And the men's room.
Yeah.
You'll be there, too. Little live big dummy. You'll be a part of our live studio audience. Ted, your third and final attempt on that Ted versus the FCC, which you have failed miserably on the last two attempts.
I have failed miserably, but as we learned last year, when I have down years, the Seahawks have up years.
Oh, really?
I'm almost positive if I'm terrible, they seem to be better.
People are going to start making them worse and worse for you. Why would you say that out loud?
So that was the only advantage to heading into Christmas break last year. In my head, I was like, the Seahawks are still rolling.
I think Coach McDonald's going to start writing something for you.
He might.
Yeah.
That's right.
Don't let him get wind of
He
this.
still owes me a thank you.
Tickets are on sale now.
That's
You can
right.
still pick those up. KISW.com if you want to join us on Friday night up at the lovely Snoqualmie Casino and brand new hotel that they've got up there. Okay, let's see here. And speaking of, we've got the 10 greatest yacht rock songs of all time coming up in just minutes with Sit and Spin. But first time for a few emails from the men's room at KISW.com.
You've got mail. You've got mail.
And a couple from today and the phone deal. Guys, my wife used to talk to text and meant to send me a message to say, could you pick up some pickles on the way home? What I got, could you pick up some dildos on the way home?
But did you?
Another. I messaged a guy I met at Lowe's about some parts for his truck. My phone changed it somehow, so my phone read, hey, it's Mike. We met at Lovers. I've never typed it into my phone ever. Autocorrect fail. But we both had a good laugh. Couple of extra emails here. This one is entitled, Been Many Years. To the men of the men's room. Been listening to you all for many of the years. Then Uncle Sam called me up, and I left in 2010. Yes, it was crap during that time. Went to Georgia, got smacked with the biggest culture shock of my life. I joined as a welder. I come from the Key Peninsula, went to Peninsula High, home of the Seahawks, where there is not a whole lot of diversity. Fort Benning, Georgia, that opened my eyes. I saw more color than what coloring books could provide. Since then, I've been to 5 countries and states, was even stationed back home at Fort Lewis for a couple of years, been married and divorced twice, looking to marry the true love of my life, if she says yes. You guys have all just given me always a great smile, a good morale boost. Just broke my ankle in 2 places here in Fort Drum while preparing to go over the pond again.
Where's Fort Drum?
I don't know. And yes, I'll still be going because of the grit of what the Northwest has given me. The men's toast, I've said it 1,000 times, everywhere around the world, and anytime I'm at a party. Good get-together or the next shotgun.
Nice.
They all want to hear the toast of the day. And that's been a staple for the start of a great story. So I thank you guys for all the smiles that you provide. Down the hole of bicholas, that from SSG Curl, Brandon.
Nice.
Brandon Curl. So, Brandon, thank you for the email.
That's cool, man.
That is very nice.
I broke my ankle in 2 places. Still shipping out. Cool.
Yep.
I think he's up in New York.
Fort
Said
Drum.
Fort Drum, right?
Fort Drum, yeah.
Where in New York? I'm just curious.
I never heard of that one either.
Let's say what town it's close to.
Northern New York.
Okay, that helps. I mean,
Right.
that could be Albany,
Albany,
Buffalo, Rochester, Syracuse.
Saratoga Springs. At least one good sandwich for ciabatta. As we continue to get these in, as we bitch about that horrible, god-awful bread.
Do not say French dip. It doesn't count because you get to dip it in juice.
That's kind of what this is. Hey, Miles and Steve, there's at least one sandwich that benefits from ciabatta.
Okay.
The French dip. It's in the name. The ciabatta acts like a sponge for the au jus, but it's structural enough not to fall apart. It's a simple sandwich. Ciabatta, thin sliced London prime roast beef from Dietz & Watson, horseradish sauce, boar's head or beaver, mayonnaise, preferred Dukes, and black pepper. That from Thomas, U.S. Ambassador to Algonia.
Sorry. Boar's head or beaver.
Yeah. What do you prefer in our brothel?
Right. That was pretty funny. Sorry. Also, well, first of all, you're never going to watch All American. I'll give up. Go get the chicken sandwich from the soup lady. She's toasted her ciabatta, then put the chicken salad on the sandwich.
Oh, she has chicken salad.
She does.
Man, listen, I love chicken salad, all right? But the idea of putting it on ciabatta, you might be right. I'm just saying mentally that goes against everything I believe.
Is it $18?
It is.
Is it $18?
It is way too expensive. It's good.
The food in the food court down here, man, is absolutely, you cannot believe it when you cash out.
I
That's
also
lunch.
take issue with the fact that you disqualify the ciabatta just because it's good when you dip it. Don't say it doesn't count. That's how you make it better.
You get listen,
any
man,
bread will make
you
it better
can
if you
dip
dip it.
any bread into the au jus. It makes the thing better because they serve the look. The
But
French
it's the
dip
best
is
sandwich for it because it still holds its shape and the flavor.
I understand it is the best sandwich for the ciabatta because ciabatta, that's the only sandwich that makes sense. Like, just dip me in juice.
Man,
make me palatable. But every other bread goes, hey, no, ciabatta. Get in line, homie. They've been serving us.
Man, you could make doggone s'mores with saltines if you wanted to, but you know what? The graham cracker does it best.
It does.
So you know what? That's the only use for the damn graham cracker.
But I don't mind graham crackers or saltines on their own. That's all.
Yeah.
I mean, I will say, in Mike's defense, if you just had one of those little kind of like softer, like hoagie rolls that you buy at the store,
Yeah.
would disintegrate in that.
No. It depends how long you keep it in there.
I keep mine in for a while.
Well,
man.
that's on you.
Subject, what caught on fire?
I'm sorry, man. You're like a child. Just keep it in there.
That's when,
when you pull it out, the bread's still in the juice.
What happened?
This one from our buddy Scott down there in Olympia. He says, Hola bicholas. Long story short, my wife is from Texas, and she knows good barbecue. Now, for the last couple of years for her birthday, she has had smoked brisket. This last year, shout out to Double D Meats in Mountlake Terrace.
Man, I need to go there.
Yes, you do.
God.
Just for the seasoning alone.
Everyone talks about it. My wife and I talk about it. We just haven't actually ventured there.
Just go a little north.
I know.
We picked up a beautiful 17-pound brisket. Spent the entire day before prepping it, marinating, rubbing it. She had a special rub sent in by her family from Rudy's Barbecue in Texas. It was going to be glorious. Until the next morning at 8 a.m. My wife comes running upstairs in the room. The barbecue is on fire. Of course, half asleep, I jump up, run downstairs. Out back, our super juicy brisket started a grease fire. May it rest in peace. The grease fire not only torched our brisket, but as you can see with the included pictures, was hot enough to melt our barbecue grill.
Jesus, man.
I walked down with complete shock as the sides of the barbecue were melting and collapsed in on itself. Both of us were heartbroken. All that delicious meat, gone. Follow-up shout-out to Jay and Il Barbecue in Everett. We were able to pick up some delicious pre-cooked brisket and save the party. But I know you guys will feel my loss. I know you guys appreciate good barbecue, especially smoked brisket. Thanks again for all the laughs and being the greatest radio show in Seattle. Cheers, guys. That from Scott.
You know what I like about Scott here? Scott hits it right on the point. At the grill, I can replace the grill. It's about losing the brisket. And look, the grill costs significantly more than the brisket. But the thing
17-pound brisket is probably going to be about, what, $50, $60, $70?
I don't know.
It could have been a 5-pound brisket. Doesn't matter. Like, the tiers are for the brisket, not the grill.
Yeah, but honest to God, if you ever go to Double D up there in Mount Lake Terrace,
I need to.
They've got everything. Everything.
You're not telling me anything I've not heard. I do not know why
every
we
sauce, every rub,
right?
All it's all there, man. I mean, that place is like you're a kid in a candy store. It's all wrapped in paper.
The candy's made out of meat,
like a butcher. It's a butcher plant.
Yeah.
It's an original place, man.
What was that? What was that other butcher shop, Mike, we used to go to when you lived in Old Town? Is
Fisher Meats.
Yeah,
loved Fisher Meats. They got some of the best jerky out there. They got great salami sticks.
Still around then?
Yes.
Okay.
As far as I know.
Coming up at 5:08, we will drink and toast with a shot of the day. But first,
Guys, it's no use putting it off. The best time for an underwear refresh is now. Tommy John underwear is designed for a perfect fit that stays put all day. There's zero chafe thanks to 4 times more stretch than competing brands. And their innovative horizontal quick draw fly is a game changer. With over 30 million pairs sold, there are thousands of men out there more comfortable than you. Don't settle for less. Go to TommyJohn.com today for 25% off your first order with code COMFORT. That's TommyJohn.com, code COMFORT. Tommy John. Comfort perfected.
Thy ticket, Lady Jennifer of Coolidge.
Well, many thanks, good sir. Here'th my Discover card.
They accept Discover at Renaissance fairs?
Yeah, they do here. Discover's accepted at the places I love to shop. Getteth with the times.
With the times? You're playing the lute.
Yeah, and it sounds pretty good, right?
Discover is accepted at 99% of places that take credit cards nationwide. Based on the February 2025 Nielsen report.
No matter why you give, your donations can do so much more with a donor-advised fund from DAF Giving 360. You can potentially grow your charitable dollars tax-free and give now or over time by donating cash, publicly traded securities, or non-cash assets like real estate and crypto. With over 25 years of expertise bringing donors, financial advisors, and charities together, DAF Giving 360 can help you make a greater impact. Learn more at dafgiving360.org. dafgiving360.org.
If you're an experienced pet owner, you already know that having a pet is 25% belly rubs, 25% yelling, drop it, and 50% groaning at the bill from every pet visit. Which is why Lemonade Pet Insurance is tailor-made for your pet and can save you up to 90% on vet bills. It can help cover checkups, emergencies, diagnostics, basically all the stuff that makes your bank account get nervous. Claims are filed super easily through the Lemonade app and half get settled instantly. Get a quote at lemonade.com/pet and they'll help cover the vet bill for whatever your pet swallowed after you yelled, drop it.
9.9 KISW. The men's room returns with Miles and Thrill.
coming up at 5:08, we'll drink and toast with a shot of the day. And we do have here headlines on the way at 5:50. But first, quick check with Mike Hogg and some of the stories and headlines he is not working on.
Well, thank you, Miles. A developmental psychologist recommends that parents take notes from their pets when it comes to raising kids. So basically, they were suggesting taking a dog-like approach in the beginning stages and transitioning to a more cat-like framework as they grow older. So basically, I did a little, read the synopsis of it, and basically what it was is in the early stages of life, kids need a lot of love and affection. They need a lot of comfort. They need a lot of attention, much like a dog would. Right there in your face. We're right here. Whatever you need, we're right here.
Oh, yes.
As they get older and kids start to require more independence, and they might not know it for themselves, but they require more independence to learn who they are, taking a more standoffish, passive approach and just kind of letting them be themselves, give them some space.
So unless they get it your damn self, I'm actually doing the right thing.
You are correct.
All right.
You know what? As mean as it sounds, you are correct.
You can do that.
Right. I related to when I went into Boy Scouts. I was a mama's boy. I was a parent's child, as it were. And the first time I went on a camp out that neither of my parents were on, I had a complete and total meltdown. I was terrified. I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't got my parents out there.
Sure.
This is the one time that my dad lied to me. He was like, I will be there. Where are you guys going? Okay, I'll be there in the morning. I just got to work tonight. I'll be there in the morning. He never freaking showed up.
Of course not.
But then I was on my own from that moment on.
And you're fine, right?
Yeah.
Once you realize you're fine, you're fine.
Yeah. Still, rely on him for a lot of stuff. New bionic sneakers have been developed and are being hailed as an e-bike for your feet.
Bionic sneakers.
What does a bionic sneaker do?
Adds just a little bit. It makes it easier. Like I said, it's an e-bike for your feet. So the way that they looked, they kind of strapped on your ankles. So I think it takes pressure off some of your muscles, and it helps the movement. I don't know, but it makes it easier. You know what I mean?
I just looked up a picture. It seems like a lot going on.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know how to describe. I don't know how to describe it. I also don't know if I support it. As you get older, or maybe you have disabilities or something to where you need that extra leg.
Sure.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. But average Joe, for the 4 people in this room,
no. We don't need anything to make us lazy.
Right, just wear your shoes.
Block.
I know. What did I say to you earlier today? I go, Going function over fashion tomorrow for the parade. Definitely wearing my Hokas.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
Everyone should. You should wear the shoes you walk in the best tomorrow.
Right.
You're going to be walking everywhere downtown.
That's right. Comfortable in distance. Scientists have found a way to track water as it moves around the planet.
Okay.
I don't know what we're going to use that for, but I got to imagine that knowing where the water is going and how it gets there and all that, that's got to be...
You're looking at currents and how they shift and affect weather. That's NOAA stuff.
But I thought that's what they were doing. They were tracking currents like that. What were you guys doing before if was not the information you were getting with tracking currents?
That's typically why if you, I don't know, throw a bottle in the ocean in Ireland, theoretically it'll end up in Puerto Rico. So just think of how Columbus sailed and all those guys. It comes down that way. And there was a shift last year in that current, which is a circular motion in the northern hemisphere of the Atlantic. And it kind of just stopped. And people were like, what in the hell's going on? Because those currents carry all the fish, they carry all the, all the...
And it just went still.
It just went still.
Damn.
Which is a little weird, because it's like hitting a dead spot in the Pacific or whatever.
Yeah.
Doldrums, right?
Yeah. Put your thinking caps on, gents. Time for the Merriam-Webster word of the day. 60% chance of success on this one. It is a verb brought to you by the letter B. And to do this, is to cause harm or to damage something. Mainly used in somebody's name, somebody's honor, but to do this to the reputation of this.
Belittle?
Belittled? No, not quite. You got
besmirch.
There it is.
For real?
Besmirch, yes.
Oh, besmirch.
2 for 2 this week, Steve.
You need to besmirch, man. What's smirch?
You are not smirch enough. You need to besmirch.
Maybe we should sell some beast merch.
Oh.
Right?
Beast merch.
We got beast merch. Don't besmirch the beast merch.
I'm pretty sure he's already got beast merch.
I'm sure he does.
Got his logo and everything. There's a man claiming that he, quote unquote, solved the Bermuda Triangle.
Congratulations.
Yeah, I'm not even dignifying it by reading
solved,
it,
brother. Yeah,
right. It's a weird technical anomaly. That's about it. There's no weird void in there. There's no parallel universe or nothing. It's just
my dad's job in the Navy. They would fly from Newfoundland, Canada. It was a 13-hour round trip to see if they would disappear in the Bermuda Triangle, because it was big at that time, right? But maintain radio communication. So my father was like, look, I'm going to be honest with you. There's like 8 of us on the plane. We never wanted to be successful. He's like, because at that time, the Bermuda Triangle was just a scary thing.
Sure.
And it's like, we had to fly through it.
Right.
And they were hoping we'd disappear, but maintain radio contact. He's like, we did not want to disappear.
No.
He did point out, though, he goes, if anything went wrong with the plane, we always hoped it happened over Bermuda, because we'd have to parachute out, but it would take about 2 weeks to recover.
Now you're just 2 weeks in Bermuda.
I'm in Newfoundland, Canada. Or I can spend 2 weeks in Bermuda. He's like, yeah, man, trust me.
Oh, no.
Yeah, then was wanting to sabotage the plane. He's
Send
like,
the boats.
Dude, 2 weeks, damn. Oh, yeah.
So they were just doing. You remember the movie Contact? That was kind of the same premise. What was going on there?
Yeah, basically.
Dropped into that wormhole.
See what happens. Keep doing it over and over. And he's like, it was a daily thing. It's a military, so it's just repetitive. But he's like, it was a 13-hour flight every freaking day. And remember, the goal was for us to disappear. He's like, I'm happy we were unsuccessful.
Whiz. According to a new study, electric cars are making it easier to breathe.
Who paid for this?
Here we go.
Who paid for this?
Musk.
That's the point of the electric car, is to cut down on emissions.
Right.
I mean, it shouldn't be hard to figure out.
What do you know? Less emissions make cleaner air out here.
I'll be damned.
How about that? What was it during the pandemic when nobody was driving? What do you know?
Yeah, their quality went up.
Yeah. Shocker.
Who knew?
Dietitians are calling for more oversight on GLP-1 medications after some patients are developing scurvy.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Really?
So the thing is about it, if I'm not mistaken, don't quote me on this, but I'm pretty sure GLP-1
Mine
medications curb your appetite.
Sure.
More than they help the process of what your stomach's actually doing, you don't feel like eating. You don't. In fact, there are some folks where certain foods, they almost are repulsive to you.
Oh, really?
So folks are already malnourished. Like, that's why people are losing a crap ton of weight on this. It's not like it's doing anything to your systems. You're just not eating. So unfortunately, that includes essential nutrients that keep scurvy at bay. It's making a resurgence.
Why don't they put that in the side effects? You know, they tell you about, thoughts of this, blah, blah, blah.
Because
blah,
it is
blah,
not
blah,
a side
blah.
effect of it. It is a side effect of the side effect. because the side effect is that you don't want to eat anymore, you don't eat anymore, and then you're getting scurvy.
So it's what you'd call, in the corporate world, a third-party symptom.
There you go.
Oh, yeah, it's third party.
That's exactly right.
Sorry you got scurvy.
Yeah.
Scurvy.
Yeah.
Jesus. Measles, scurvy. What else can we... How about some black plague? Jesus, God.
Run it back.
Spanish flu. What else can we do?
Back. What can we get done here?
Anybody want polio? We're handing it all out now.
Just take a hot second before you put something in your body, man. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
Ring around the rosy.
But you know what? Some people saw that coming. When a lot of these medications were coming out, they obviously had their own uses. They had their own intentions, and other people were using them for things beyond what they were designed for.
Sure.
And some people looked at it and said, that's probably a bad idea. And that sometimes we hate being right. In fact, there's a lot of different instances where people just hate being right.
The Men's Room Top 10. The Men's Room Top 10.
So I thought, what are other things that people could possibly just know what's coming? You can see the future. You can see it happening. And regardless, people just fire directly off into it without even considering anything whatsoever. So these are the times that we just hate being right. The things that we hate being right about. Number 10 on the list, they go with your own bad habits. Knowing exactly why you're failing at something. Procrastinating, not exercising, but you still do it anyway.
Sure.
You know, and at the end of the day, those aren't the worst. That's why it's the bottom of the list. It's the vices that, there's a reason why we call them vices. It's because, we know we're not supposed to do it. Yeah, I know it's bad for me, but the good that I feel from it is worth the bad that I feel.
That's it.
So
sometimes you replace the mental health with the physical.
Right.
French fries.
And that's kind of why I'm in favor of having that month that you just take off of that, whatever vice it is.
Sure.
The big ones are always alcohol or smoking or whatever it is, but any vice, so that you have, like, take a month just to see what you feel like off of it. I get it. I know why you go back to it. Just
right. I secretly cut out French fries for January.
Did you really?
I didn't tell you about
Yeah,
that.
How'd you do, buddy?
I did. I haven't had them.
Still.
Not this year.
If you're going to break the streak, what's the French fry you're going for?
I mean, from just a calorie sick standpoint, probably Five Guys.
Okay.
I mean, if it's like you're talking chain stuff.
Sure.
That is the best French fry, hands down.
It really is.
They're not healthy, but I mean, they're great.
Political societal decline. Predicting that a certain policy or social change will lead to negative long-term consequences. God, I hate being right.
Well, of course you do, because you don't have any control over someone putting out something stupid.
Exactly.
It's how it's going to be, and you're like, okay, well, I can do the math on this.
Right. You could just tell what's coming.
Yeah, I mean, without a doubt, it's not. None of it is complicated. It's just whether or not you put it into action.
Right.
Like, this is it. If you throw a ball up in the air, it's going to come down.
Right.
That's all. It might stay up there for a while. It's going to come down, guys.
But hey, you're in charge, so that's what we're doing. So we're just throwing the ball up in the air.
Yep.
And you're going to be shocked when it comes back down.
They are.
Correct. Yeah.
They are.
I'm going to be sitting here having to catch the ball. That you should have trusted your gut. Again, these are 10 things that we hate being right about. Ignoring your intuition about a situation only for the outcome to be negative. But I knew that this was going to happen. I went against it anyway. And now I'm suffering for it.
Yeah, we've all been through that.
Yeah.
I knew better. I knew.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah. I mean, whether it's something
I was
big,
horny.
serious, or
Right, just like I knew it was going to happen.
Not bad.
Damn. The tech and software updates will break things, knowing that downloading the latest update immediately will cause bugs and ruin your workflow. The thing is that those updates work the best on the latest gear. They kind of stop making all of that for whatever, system that you have. This guy,
exactly.
I got this thing, I can't remember exactly when I got it back, but I don't think I was living in Tacoma at the time when I got this phone. I'm terrified every time it updates now because it just gets a little bit slower.
I did it once by accident, because, however often it happens, and it's like, hey, do you want the update? I always say no. And only one time in the last 15 years did I F up and literally accidentally hit yes.
Right.
Right, and it ruined my experience. I'm like, I don't want, and again, I'm just not a phone guy. I don't need your updates because I am a caveman on the phone. Right. Whatever, and it's great if you use all that stuff. I do not care. I have no interest. I don't need your update.
Have you ever considered going back to a dumb phone? Just going back to a flip or a brick?
Me individually?
Yes.
How do you think that goes over? How are we going to do this? I'm like, that's why I want the dumb phone.
Right. I don't want to have to do that.
I enjoyed the life of not doing all of this petty garbage to waste my time.
Right.
You know, and look, and again, that's me. But if you're into social media, if you take pictures, I get it. It's just not for me. That's all. Yeah. Right. I could easily survive with a dumb phone.
Right.
I can survive without a phone.
And I don't necessarily want a dumb phone. I just want a less smart phone. I don't need more
and
stuff.
Like iPhones, man. Sometimes they just update on their own.
Yeah.
That pisses
There's something you
me
can do,
off.
and then it looks completely different. You're like,
yeah.
What? And then the last time I did it, it was like laggy.
Yeah.
That makes sense. It was really slow and weird. It's like, am I tripping? Like,
no, you should update your phone. It's a money grab, man. That's the long and short of it.
That friend was actually just using you. Realizing that somebody only reached out when they needed something. Again, 10 things that we hate being right about.
Sure.
That goes back to trusting your gut. Read the people that are around you.
You know.
Listen.
You do. I will say, and this has nothing to do with women, even guys sometimes can be very intoxicating. Well, I think it's easy to be like, I knew this wasn't going to work out.
Because she's hot, right? You're trying to get laid.
But
sure.
right, like we have somebody we'll joke about we used to work with, and I'm like, yeah, it took me a couple years to realize it, but it's like, now you look back on it. But like, he was an intoxicating dude. Right. It was fun. You know, and then you're like,
I knew what to say.
And then it's like, oh, we're paying for every tab.
Gotcha. A person's true colors, seeing through somebody's polite facade and knowing that they're manipulative only to be proven right after they betray somebody. There you go, Ted.
Yeah.
And sometimes you see somebody else in that situation. You know, you might have a friend that's in a relationship of some kind, and they are seeing stars for
but you cannot tell them.
No. And they're seeing those stars for a little too long. It's like, you shouldn't still feel this way at this point.
It's funny. You and I know a specific person, and we run in very different circles. And I was talking about this person to you, and I just said, man, they can be decent. That is definitely the facade they put forward. And it's just one of these people that, like, look, man, he smelled like S to me. I don't trust. He's never done anything wrong for me, but I just know no matter what this person says, I don't want to know anything else.
Yeah.
So when he is investigated by the FBI, I'm not sitting there in 60 minutes saying, I should have known.
Right.
Like, I don't want to know. It just means
I knew it the whole time.
The personality of this person. You're like, wait a minute, is their name blank? Do you remember?
Oh, yeah.
And again, there is zero reason we should both know this person.
Correct.
We just happen to. All I did was describe how they are.
I was wondering who you were talking about. Yep.
And you dropped the name, and I'm like, oh my God, how do you know them? And you're like, just kind of the same experience where it's like, hey, outside looking in, man, this is a fantastic individual, but you don't know anything about them, but something just every radar is going off. That says, man,
I had brought them up because of an earlier encounter with them.
Sure.
Mentioned them, and you were like, wait a minute, I know that guy. We kind of forgot about it as our conversations go, and then you brought them up another time, and I went, wait a minute, you're talking about this one.
Yeah. And I mean, it's amazing.
Yeah.
I like I said, decent as far as I know.
Fantastic human. Nothing bad to say about them.
Wouldn't trust. They've never done anything for me to not trust them. But everything in me knows don't trust them.
There's a dark shadow over there somewhere.
I know, man. I was like, that's after. I even told my wife, I'm like, me and Mike both know blank. She's like, what? All I did was describe the personality.
Yep.
And he dropped the name.
That's right. That a project or a plan is going to fail. Warning somebody that their plan lacks foresight to just watch it implode exactly as it predicted.
Can't imagine.
These are 10 things that we hate being right about. That a popular trend or show is garbage. Being the only one who thinks that a universally loved TV show, movie, or trend is bad, only for everybody else to realize it later.
Well, I mean, but that's so subjective. You can say, like,
depends on what you like.
It's not going to age well. This is not what I like. But in a moment it's popular, just let it be.
Right, and that's what I come back to, and that's when I start using the term overrated very sparingly. I feel like that word got thrown around very easily a while back. I am very intentional with that word because I don't mean it to be insulting.
Yeah.
Things that are overrated are still good, in my opinion, but they're overrated in that it's not as good as you're making it.
Sure,
you know,
I agree.
this is a 9 out of 10, but you're making it a 30. Like, no. It's still a 9 out of 10. It's good, but it's not near as good as you're making it.
I mean, look, I like Stranger Things. A lot of people said it's overrated. I'm like, you're 100% correct, but I still like it.
Right.
I mean, that's all. You're right. It is absolutely overrated, but I enjoy the show.
Predicting a too good to be true scenario. Knowing a get-rich-quick scheme, a miracle product, or a too good to be true job opportunity is actually just a scam.
Oh, sure.
Yeah. I've been getting those on my phone a handful of times.
Really?
Yeah. Hey, we got work. You work from home only like 2 hours a week, and we're going to pay $6,000.
If that were true, everyone would have had taken the job.
Like, what?
That
idiot do you
job
take
would
me
not
for?
still be available if that were true.
You're not going to text a random ass number that.
Right, well, and that's the other thing, right? It's that old saying, right? Nothing's free.
Yes.
And it's like the truth, right? Sometimes it's like, yeah, but now it's like you have some ownership over me.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't want that. I don't care that it's free.
No.
You know what I mean? It's not worth it.
You keep it.
You keep it. Yeah.
And then I'll leave you with this last and final thing that we hate being right about. Thank you. And we actually already mentioned it. It's when that a relationship is doomed. Realizing early on that a friend's partner is toxic or wrong for them only to watch it fall apart months later.
Well, I don't care about them. I'm thinking about me.
Well, and like you said, you can't really say it because they still won't hear you when you do say it.
Yeah.
They need to come to that realization by themselves. The only concern that we have and the frustration that we feel is like, I just don't want you to waste your time.
I don't want you to get hurt.
You know what my problem is? Is that I never say, the weddings I go to, I'm thinking to myself,
what are the odds?
Well, I never say
bridesmaid's hot.
I never say anything bad if I know it's going to be bad.
Sure.
But I basically say it indirectly. I'm like, you know what? I think this is going to work out.
Right.
Which is the backhanded way of saying, this one's really going to work.
That's right.
You know, I didn't waste my time and money.
Yeah.
I know they're going to be together.
Fighter jets were deployed to monitor a Wizz Air flight, and the reason why is a little ridiculous, Miles.
What was the reason?
Tell you all about it at 5.
Guys, it's no use putting it off. The best time for an underwear refresh is now. Tommy John underwear is designed for a perfect fit that stays put all day. There's zero chafe thanks to 4 times more stretch than competing brands. And their innovative horizontal quick draw fly is a game changer. With over 30 million pairs sold, there are thousands of men out there more comfortable than you. Don't settle for less. Go to TommyJohn.com today for 25% off your first order with code COMFORT. That's TommyJohn.com, code COMFORT. Tommy John. Comfort perfected.
Thy ticket, Lady Jennifer of Coolidge.
Well, many thanks, good sir. Here'th my Discover card.
They accept Discover at Renaissance fairs?
Yeah, they do here. Discover's accepted at the places I love to shop. Getteth with the times.
With the times? You're playing the lute.
Yeah, and it sounds pretty good, right?
Discover is accepted at 99% of places that take credit cards nationwide. Based on the February 2025 Nielsen report.
No matter why you give, your donations can do so much more with a donor-advised fund from DAF Giving 360. You can get a tax deduction upon funding an account, and your assets can potentially grow tax-free as you recommend when and where to give. It's a tax-smart way to maximize your charitable giving from a fund with over 25 years of experience, bringing donors, financial advisors, and charities together. Make a greater impact with DAF Giving 360. Learn more at dafgiving360.org.
If you're an experienced pet owner, you already know that having a pet is 25% belly rubs, 25% yelling, drop it, and 50% groaning at the bill from every pet visit. Which is why Lemonade Pet Insurance is tailor-made for your pet and can save you up to 90% on vet bills. It can help cover checkups, emergencies, diagnostics, basically all the stuff that makes your bank account get nervous. Claims are filed super easily through the Lemonade app, and half get settled instantly. Get a quote at lemonade.com/pet, and they'll help cover the vet bill for whatever your pet swallowed after you yelled, drop it.
It's always amazing to see how quickly your child grows, and I'm not just talking about their height. From those early babbles to full-on storytelling, getting to watch how their ideas, creativity, and confidence develop over the years is honestly pretty incredible. Sometimes they surprise you with what they come up with, and Lego bricks can be right there with them through all of those stages. It's not just a toy, it's a full creative building journey that keeps evolving as they do. Lego Sets Play starts as early as 1.5 with Lego Duplo, the bigger bricks designed for little hands that are just starting to explore and build. Then around age 4, kids transition to the smaller Lego bricks, and suddenly you're watching real structures take shape, real ideas form, and their imagination really take off. They begin with simple stacking, but over time they grow into full-on creators, building worlds, stories, and things you never would have expected. That's the kind of magic of Lego bricks. You're not buying a phase, you're starting a journey. Learn more and start building today with Lego bricks.
50. Thanks, our headlines are coming up at 5:50. In the meantime, have we made it to drinking time?
Somebody out there deserves to be recognized. And the men's room knows just who it is. So to you, we say, bottoms up, sailor. You're the toast of our shot of the day.
Quick time it is, and as usual, we head to the drink desk and Steve at Thrill Hill to find out who we're toasting.
Yes, indeed. And by the way, today's shot brought to my attention by our astute listener, one Trung Lee. So today we toast the Milan Cortina Winter Olympic Games. Now, we all know that performance-enhancing drugs are nothing new in the world of sports. Athletes are always looking for an extra edge to give themselves the advantage over the competitors. And obviously that applies as well to the world of Olympics. Now, ski jumping is one of those major winter Olympic sports. And in ski jumping, believe it or not, the increased bulk of an athlete's suit, it can impact your aerodynamics and your glide time in the air. And the whole thing about the ski jump is you want the distance. So believe it or not, a larger suit means extra fabric to catch air, like a sail, and it prolongs the jumper's flight. And believe it or not, they did a study, and they found that just a 2-centimeter increase in suit size can add 5 to 6 meters in the length of a jump. Think about that, right? But as a result of that, these guys believe they are 3D scanned before they can jump to make sure the suits are tight, et cetera, because they do recognize that gives you an unfair advantage. Well, it seems that the athletes may have figured out a workaround because apparently they're calling it penis gate. You already see where this is going. Some male athletes might be injecting the Hydra, whatever the hell, I can't pronounce the word, but injecting this acid into their penises because it makes their penis bigger. So even though they put on this skin-tight suit, during these competitions, they're getting slightly more feet out of their jumps.
So they've already proven if you have a big one,
if you have a bigger penis,
fly farther.
And it is erect, because it's no joke, because of the way those suits are made. So they realize, because they scan the suits on your body, you can't really add the extra fabric. So what do? You don't just give yourself an erection. You also get an injection to make your penis bigger than it normally would be. And then when you go out there and do the ski jump, and apparently it has affected several different skiers, but they can't quite pinpoint who. So, yes, you have penis gate.
Works like one of those little wings on a plane. Just
essentially, you add girth to your penis under that tight-fitting suit, and they're getting extra air, and they're doing better in the competitions. I mean, damn.
It gives you more lift.
Personally, it makes me want to watch the ski jump more. Now it's interesting to me. That's a hell of a thing, man.
That's wild.
Jesus. So we pour this booze and we drink this booze because we think it's yummy.
Yummy.
So over the tongue and down the throat to party in our tummies. Down the hola bijola.
All right, let's get a contestant on the line now for Profile This, 206-803-ROCK. Profile This is next.
Guys, it's no use putting it off. The best time for an underwear refresh is now. Tommy John underwear is designed for a perfect fit that stays put all day. There's zero chafe thanks to 4 times more stretch than competing brands. And their innovative horizontal quick draw fly is a game changer. With over 30 million pairs sold, there are thousands of men out there more comfortable than you. Don't settle for less. Go to TommyJohn.com today for 25% off your first order with code COMFORT. That's TommyJohn.com, code COMFORT. Tommy John. Comfort perfected.
Oh, could this vintage store be any cuter?
Right? And the best part? They accept Discover.
Accept Discover? In a little place like this? I don't think so, Jennifer.
Oh, yeah, huh? Discover's accepted where I like to shop. Come on, baby, get with the times.
Right, so we shouldn't get the parachute pants?
These are making a comeback. I think.
Discover is accepted at 99% of places that take credit cards nationwide. Based on the February 2025 Nielsen report.
With over 25 years of experience, DAF Giving 360's donor-advised funds can help you get a tax deduction and potentially grow your charitable dollars tax-free while you recommend when and where to give. Learn more at dafgiving360.org.
It's always amazing to see how quickly your child grows, and I'm not just talking about their height. From those early babbles to full-on storytelling, getting to watch how their ideas, creativity, and confidence develop over the years is honestly pretty incredible. Sometimes they surprise you with what they come up with, and Lego bricks can be right there with them through all of those stages. It's not just a toy, it's a full creative building journey that keeps evolving as they do. Lego Sets Play starts as early as 1.5, with Lego Duplo, the bigger bricks designed for little hands that are just starting to explore and build. Then around age 4, kids transition to the smaller Lego bricks, and suddenly you're watching real structures take shape, real ideas form, and their imagination really take off. They begin with simple stacking, but over time they grow into full-on creators, building worlds, stories, and things you never would have expected. That's the kind of magic of Lego bricks. You're not buying a phase, you're starting a journey. Learn more and start building today with Lego bricks.
Time is valuable. That's why Lowe's Blueprint Takeoffs turn blueprints into quotes faster. Bring us your plans, and we'll generate itemized material lists to make quoting easier so you can get back to building. Plus, at the Lowe's Pro Desk, you get access to thousands of building materials not sold in store. And when your order's ready, we'll deliver everything to the job site. Improving is easy at Lowe's.
If you're the kind of person who reads ingredient labels, for yourself, for your coffee creamer, for literally everything, it makes sense to care just as much about what you're feeding your dog. That's why so many dog parents are choosing Healthy Dogma. Healthy Dogma makes dog food with real, recognizable ingredients. No fillers, no mystery ingredients. Just thoughtfully sourced nutrition that actually makes sense. Their protein-added pet mix complete meals are gently dehydrated to preserve goodness and make life easier. And in minutes, mealtime is ready. It's simple, convenient, and feels like a better way to feed your dog without overthinking it. Because taking care of your dog shouldn't feel complicated. It should feel aligned with how you already live. Right now, you can save 20% on your first purchase at healthydogma.com with code HEALTHY. That's 20% off your first purchase at healthydogma.com with code HEALTHY. Healthy Dogma, food made with care.
Can you grab one more thing? I'll come back up for you.
At Amica Insurance, we know you'll always find ways to look out for the people you love. And with Amica Life Insurance, we'll help build a plan to make sure you always can. We're here to help protect the life you've built.
Really? I can have another one.
Amica. Empathy is our best policy. Visit amica.com and get a quote today.
We're a few weeks into the new year, and I want to check in. How are those lifestyle resets going? Maybe you're tightening up your exercise routine, finally learning that new skill, or attempting to eat a bit healthier. We all know that starting the year strong is a lot easier and much more delicious when you have the right fuel. That's where Omaha Steaks come in. Stay satisfied, keep your energy up, and fuel your daily routine with premium portion proteins delivered right to your door. Omaha Steaks have been America's original butcher since 1917. We're talking about 5 generations of uncompromising quality, backed by an unconditional 100% money-back guarantee. Their variety is unmatched. From handcrafted USDA-certified tender steaks to gourmet burgers, seafood, and versatile chicken, every steak is perfectly aged to maximize tenderness and hand-cut by master butchers. Let Omaha Steaks deliver high-quality proteins right to your door. Visit omahasteaks.com and get an extra $35 off with promo code T-Bone at checkout. That's OMAHA steaks.com. Promo code T-Bone. Terms apply. See site for details.
The Men's Room presents Profile This.
And Steven Throw Hooks, please tell everyone how Profile This is played.
Oh, sure can, Miles. It's a simple game where we share with you a real-life news story, something that happened right here on planet Earth. And as you listen to the story, based on the stereotypes you believe to be true of people and the decisions that people make, we'll ask you what it is you think makes the story a story. Mike, our caller, has dropped off. What was her name? So I can call him out.
I knew it. His name was...
Yeah, you, man. What the hell? Why the hell did you drop off? All right, so you gentlemen will be playing against each other. So in this case, I'm going to limit it to one of 2 categories. So today you have the wonderful world of drugs, or you can have Bite Me. In other words, what did someone find in their food?
Drugs.
There's a local connection to this story, but a man from Pomona, California, he's been arrested and charged with operating an unregistered aircraft at municipal airports, both in Washington State and south of here in California. One Christian Estoque. He's not a registered pilot. He was not listed on the registration for the planes that he was caught flying. The FBI's investigation began when a single-engine aircraft was reported stolen on January 3rd at Auburn Municipal Airport right here in Washington. The aircraft was recovered 3 days later at Corona Municipal Airport in California. Authorities discovered that the plane's transponder had been manipulated to conceal its whereabouts for over 3 days. However, the aircraft was spotted at another airport in Kelso, Washington on January 4th, where a couple driving a rented vehicle was suspected of having flown the plane. The couple was subsequently linked to a second suspected aircraft theft on January 27th, back in California, at the Corona Municipal Airport. Now, this plane had not been registered since 2017. FBI agents conducting surveillance observed S-Stock entering the aircraft, powering on the engine. Agents concluded that S-Stock was attempting to steal the plane, and they arrested him. Even better, aside from just not being a pilot and not owning a plane, he admitted to being under the influence of drugs while operating the aircraft. The question is, what drug was he on when he stole the plane? Was he on acid, shrooms, meth, or cocaine? So acid, shrooms, meth, or coke, what was this guy on? That is ridiculous. I didn't just steal the plane. I was high.
I'm going to say meth just based on the fact that he was flying back and forth from here to California. So if he's bringing something here, it's probably going to be meth, as far as general consumption.
Sure.
I think he was tripping on acid.
Acid.
Yeah, I don't know why, but I'm with Mike, too. I think he's high on acid.
Hey, man, let's just fly to Washington.
I can do this, man.
Yeah. What was this guy on? Acid, mushrooms, meth, or coke? We're going to find out next.
Oops. Hit the wrong button. My bad. You just wait for it.
That was a tease.
You are listening to The Men's Room.
If you're the kind of person who reads ingredient labels, for yourself, for your coffee creamer, for literally everything, it makes sense to care just as much about what you're feeding your dog. That's why so many dog parents are choosing Healthy Dogma. Healthy Dogma makes dog food with real, recognizable ingredients. No fillers, no mystery ingredients. Just thoughtfully sourced nutrition that actually makes sense. Their protein-added pet mix complete meals are gently dehydrated to preserve goodness and make life easier. And in minutes, mealtime is ready. It's simple, convenient, and feels like a better way to feed your dog without overthinking it. Because taking care of your dog shouldn't feel complicated. It should feel aligned with how you already live. Right now, you can save 20% on your first purchase at healthydogma.com with code HEALTHY. That's 20% off your first purchase at healthydogma.com with code HEALTHY. Healthy Dogma, food made with care.
They say if you want to go fast, go alone. But if you want to go far, go together. At Amica Insurance, we know what matters most to you. And we work even harder to protect it, together. As a mutual insurance company, we're built for our customers and prioritize your needs. Amica, empathy is our best policy. Visit amica.com and get a quote today.
We're a few weeks into the new year, and I want to check in. How are those lifestyle resets going? Maybe you're tightening up your exercise routine, finally learning that new skill, or attempting to eat a bit healthier. We all know that starting the year strong is a lot easier and much more delicious when you have the right fuel. That's where Omaha Steaks come in. Stay satisfied, keep your energy up, and fuel your daily routine with premium portion proteins delivered right to your door. Omaha Steaks have been America's original butcher since 1917. We're talking about 5 generations of uncompromising quality, backed by an unconditional 100% money-back guarantee. Their variety is unmatched. From handcrafted USDA-certified tender steaks to gourmet burgers, seafood, and versatile chicken, every steak is perfectly aged to maximize tenderness and hand-cut by master butchers. Let Omaha Steaks deliver high-quality proteins right to your door. Visit omahasteaks.com and get an extra $35 off with promo code T-Bone at checkout. That's OMAHA steaks.com. Promo code T-Bone. Terms apply. See site for details.
Various drugs on profile. We got a guy from California was arrested for illegally flying multiple planes between Washington and California. He was on drugs, I guess, every time he flew these planes that he stole.
At least the one time.
Question is, what was he on? Acid, mushrooms, meth, or cocaine?
And that's what I posed to you guys. Let us start with D. Ted Smith and Mike Hawk. Both of you. And look, man, I put acid there because in my mind, if I'm going to steal a plane and believe I can fly it, successfully, I'd probably be tripping on acid. You guys said acid. It was not that. Miles, you went with the methamphetamine, just assuming that he's running it back and forth. I don't know if that's true, but he was, in fact, high on meth.
There we go.
Why would you bring it up? The FBI did not say, hey, are you also high on meth? They said, look, bro, we know you stole this plane, blah, blah, blah. And he's like, I did, I admit it. Hey, high on meth when I did it. Okay.
Oh, you're good then.
No, cool. Never mind.
No worries.
Sorry to
No
apologize, sir. That explains it.
Now, for all TV news all the time, it is time for TV Time with Tia.
And now, because your pathetic life is confined to countless hours in front of a talking box, the Men's Room presents TV Time with Ted.
All right, your choices today got the Jimmys,
Fallon and Kimmel,
Seth Meyers, Stephen Colbert, or Ted Smith.
Is it Ted or is it late night?
It is right there. The title these guys have teams of talented writers help them come up with the monologues each and every night. It is up to you to determine, is this an actual late night joke and from whom, or could it be a The Ted Smith original?
The Seattle Seahawks won the Super Bowl. They made short work of the New England Patriots, and their quarterback, Drake May, became the second Drake in the world to take a beating in the Super Bowl.
The Ted Smith. Yep.
Kibble.
The Seattle Seahawks are the Super Bowl champions. They made short work of the New England Patriots. Quarterback Drake May became the second Drake in a row to take a beating at the Super Bowl.
Good one, man.
Apparently, Stefon Diggs broke up with Cardi B at halftime of the Super Bowl. Losing 2 rings in 60 minutes is impressive work.
The Ted Smith, yes.
Yeah, that's me.
Is that a real thing?
So apparently, yes. They're accusations, but I guess she was already going to be there.
Right.
And then, but she saw one of his baby mamas had better seats than he had gotten her. And I mean, that's what I'm reading. Is that
the problem?
They broke up during the game.
You're in the Super Bowl. How many seasons have you played? You've been waiting to go to the Super Bowl. You finally get... Look, Seattle's going to kick your ass one way or another. But, bro, this is when you say... The team needs you.
Oh, my God.
There's no baby mama drama when you're playing in the Super Bowl, man. But then again, he's from Maryland, so I get it.
I know.
I mean, just...
Even Diggs was catching strays for me on Sunday.
Oh, dude, they brought up where he's from, and my wife just looked at me and said, it explains so much. I said, I know. I know.
Was maybe the weirdest Super Bowl year ever for the commercials. There were 2 for beer commercials. The rest were AI, Jesus, and Mike Tyson telling us to eat apples. Kibble.
The excitement came from the ads. It was maybe the weirdest year for Super Bowl commercials ever. There were 2 beer commercials. The rest were for AI, Jesus, and Mike Tyson telling you to eat apples.
Coach McDonald was on Kimmel last night.
Yes, he was.
One of the most entertaining moments on the field that did not make TV was in the fourth quarter. A shirtless individual got loose on the field, ran wild through the field, until a Patriots wide receiver slowed him down. Ironically, that guy ran for more yards than the wide receiver and the Patriots did the whole time.
Kimmel.
Yeah, Kimmel. Yeah, that's Kimmel.
One of the most entertaining moments on the field did not make it to TV. During the fourth quarter, a shirtless individual got loose on the field and ran wild. Ran pretty fast until Patriots wide receiver Kyle Williams slowed him down. Ironically, that guy ran for more yards than Kyle and the Patriots did combined the entire first half.
I did read that somebody did the math and they figured out Bad Bunny himself gained more yards than a Patriots running back.
Damn. Who is their running back?
Doesn't matter.
No, but I'm typically, if you name a team, you can name the running back, especially if you're in the Super Bowl. And I'm
how many years was Kimmel in Seattle? 2,
3, something
3.
like that.
So I'm assuming you rooted for the Seahawks.
Yeah, that
Probably.
makes sense.
Yeah.
I mean, look, let's be honest. I'm happy because I'm a Seahawks fan, but you got to admit that honestly, there wasn't a ton of star power in this Super Bowl.
No,
right? You had a lot of good, hardworking dudes and players.
They talk about Drake May and they talk about Darnold, but they talk about Darnold for all the wrong reasons, right?
Correct.
Can you overcome? But it's not about name. I mean, Leonard Williams probably got more love and more recognition than anyone else that I heard as far as who they're talking about, taking the quarterbacks out of it. But to me, that's part of the Patriots' credit as well. Like, this is truly about teams getting somewhere. This is about, and if you watch that, and like I said, the Patriots defense, they play lights out too. It's just the Hawks defense is so much better. But you go like, this is a team sport, and this is the first time, as far as the Super Bowl goes, in a long time where it wasn't just about a person. Yeah, Kenneth Walker did his thing and all that, but it's not like he was running for touchdowns, right? But he kept the drives going, and just he has such an odd running style. It just, like in my mind, it was hard. But you go like, cool, man. It's cool when you can say, no, this is the team win. And Sam Darnold, that everyone was blabbing on about the whole thing, he didn't do anything wrong, but he had, like 185 yards, something like that. Very pedestrian, as
he kind of got up towards 200. I can't remember. I got to look.
It was close to 2, but it was under 2. And you go like, right, this was a team victory, man.
Wait, and that
every
defense,
mofo on that field contributed.
Like the Legion of Boom, those guys like to talk.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm not saying some of the guys on Seattle's defense don't talk on the field.
They're not like that.
They don't talk.
Well,
like
the
that.
one guy was chirping Diggs pretty good.
Who's
That's
that,
when they got in that
Spoon?
scuffle, and kind of threw some punches.
Yeah, but if you're covering
Diggs, in the
Diggs,
middle of it, didn't throw a flag.
But if you cover Diggs, you're going to talk a lot because Diggs talks a lot.
Correct.
Right?
Exactly.
I mean, it doesn't matter.
Begs
the Pope would have talked to Diggs because Diggs is going to bring that out.
But right, like I was just saying, like there's not a lot of bullet points coming out of either locker room.
No.
I mean, look, I can almost guarantee you Mike McDonald probably talks a little different than he does in the press, but he doesn't say a ton.
But you think about it, they always said, like with Bill Belichick, so talking about the Patriots, take away their best player. The one thing I enjoyed about that particular, Drake May is clearly the best player for the Patriots on offense, but otherwise, I'm like, there is no player to take out. Either you beat this team or you lose.
Well, and
that's pretty cool.
Right, and I saw McDonald give an interview after the NFC Championship game, right? And he said, I had never been there before. It sounds weird in the echo, so I just knew that I had to talk loud and precise. Yeah. Right? So, when it's like that mic drop of we did not care, he's like, I'm just overthinking it, thinking this is what I have to do.
Yeah.
And he's like, that's what I got out. And then everybody was talking about how it was like he was looking up to the sky after the game and everything. And I saw another interview where he goes, I didn't know where to look. This is just me being kind of a nerdy dude. He goes, there's only cameras around me, so I don't want to stare into a camera.
Yeah.
He's like, so I just kind of looked up. He goes, then I looked up and was like, that's kind of cool. There's all the fireworks going off and everything. So it looks like this epic moment. But, again, it just seems like he's a guy that's just like, look, I'm just as nerdy as anybody else.
And, that is a good point. Think about it. You win the Super Bowl, you get downstreet to Gatorade, players are jumping around, then they're going to go, see what they got to say to the other team. You're trying to absorb the fact that you just won the Super Bowl, and you're right. And 360 degrees is a bunch of people you don't want to talk to.
And they still probably
have
not.
It's
probably still not sunk in yet.
That's what I mean. Like, give the man 10 seconds to look at the confetti rain down.
Honestly, the Gatorade bath, being green as I call it,
a lot of splash too, man.
That might be
wow.
That might be the best highlight of that game.
I haven't seen that much Gatorade hit a coach in a while. Usually they get a little bit. I'm like, holy crap, man! Like they got his ass.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like that's the best Gatorade bath or shower I've seen in a long time. Because for a while they kind of got rid of it. Let's see. This shouldn't surprise anybody here. Latest I heard was 128, 135 million. Either way, people watch Bad Buddy.
Yeah,
sure. You're watching the Super Bowl.
Correct. It's kind of funny. I guess down at Mar-a-Lago, even Trump was seen watching it, although, as they say, naturally he trashed it afterwards.
No matter, you had it on your screen, bro. You're still watching it. And in the end, look, it doesn't matter who performs at halftime. Half the people are going to hate it. Half the people are going to love it. But you watched it.
Yeah.
You were bitching about it. You watched it. Like, then I watch it.
Yeah.
Look, I don't watch Real Housewives. I don't want to. So
you know why? Because you don't want to watch it.
Yeah. Be a man. Come on.
It is the truth. It's also time to re-up on some chicken wings and pizza. But I like that.
That's exactly what I
That's
do, man.
more
That's
importantly
exactly
what
I
that
was
is.
doing. I was getting stoned, cracking another beer, putting away some dishes a little bit.
It's a 33-minute halftime.
It is so long.
Yeah, my wife actually timed it. She started her little phone there.
Yeah, usually I try to watch do all the prop bets and everything.
Sure.
But the problem is my cousins who set up that for our family are Pats fans. So I wasn't going to bring it up, and they're like, we're not doing it this year. And hell, they closed their bar. Right? In theory, that should have been one of the biggest days of the year.
Yes.
But both such sports nerds.
They didn't want to. They wanted to watch it.
Correct. They wanted to watch it.
They should have kept the bar open.
Wow. Now in retrospect,
yeah.
maybe they should have.
Sad tears and beers.
Sad, yeah.
Look, they've got
Diaz and
they've got 6, right?
No one feels bad for them. They had
fine.
a good run.
They're fine. It's like with the 49er fans. You got a lot, too. It's okay.
Yeah, but at least with the Niners fans, I don't feel bad for them, but they haven't won in forever.
Right.
Right, like the Patriots fans, like, you're not that far away.
It's been since 2018. I'm like,
I mean, even Portnoy didn't seem that pissed off. I know he has to act like he is, but it's like, and besides that, then you throw in that the Red Sox were winning. The Celtics got one in there. I want to say the Bruins got like 2. I mean, that 20-year span they had in New England was just crazy. Yeah. You know what I mean? It was just like, wow. All right, let's see. Medal updates. Well, I don't know what the time change is, but the United States mixed doubles curling team both advanced to their gold medal match against Sweden. So that means they're going to get a medal.
What ethnicities are they?
What's that? The mixed doubles?
Yeah.
I think you know.
Right. Well, my mom was Thai.
That's black.
Yeah. Mixed doubles. That's what
When we went to the Florida-Georgia game, we had a habit of if the couple was mixed on who they cheered for, we were like, oh, it's a mixed couple. Right? So at the game, this was hitting. People are like, that's kind of funny. So now it's just me and my buddy Will at the Jacksonville airport. A couple walks in. He's in Florida gear. She's in Georgia gear. It doesn't dawn on me that they actually are. And I just go,
they're mixed.
And I go,
oh, no.
I go, oh, mixed couple. And the whole bar stops. And I'm like, he's a Gators fan. She's a Georgia fan. I'm just saying, my buddy's like, dude, they're actually mixed. I'm like, I know. It's not what I meant.
It's not funny when it's true.
No. I mean, once I kind of explained it, they were like, all right.
We believe you kind of.
I see where you're coming from.
I'm not going to punch it up.
It's right. Just
damn. Mixed couple. Oh, Jesus, man.
How about that? Who does that? Who does that in the South?
Right.
You do.
I want to be like, oh, I'm from the D.C. area. Like, that's not new to me. No. I'm just shocked to see your fandom together. So
that's uncomfortable, man.
That was so. I mean, I'm uncomfortable now telling the story. Just once again, I'm sure Mike will bring it out. We reiterated this. Get on the light rail tomorrow. Look up your bus routes.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm. I firmly believe they said we had 700,000 people downtown in 2014. I think it's going to be more than that.
They're predicting 1 million.
But the main thing is the cops have tweeted it out. Trans has tweeted it out. Like, do not drive. Now, I get it if you have to, but there's going to be so many streets closed and stuff. It is going to be a pain in the butt.
The cops, I'm telling you, man, they're going to be like on their last nerve tomorrow. Like, sir, I will shoot you.
Even in an emergency. Don't try to get to Harborview. No. Just go to some community college hospital, a couple 19 years old in there. Whatever.
But yeah, the trophy celebration, 10 a.m. That's a ticketed event, so we don't have a ticket. But then the parade route goes up 4th. Going to be a sunny day. They said, wear some walking shoes. Go out there. Go Hawks.
Thank you, Tim. We appreciate it. You're listening to The Men's Room.
The Men's Room returns with Miles and Thrill. Now, let's see what's happening in the real world.
All right, here we go. College professor sends a postcard to all his family and his friends, telling them he's dead. Meanwhile, a child changes his parents' Wi-Fi hotspot on a plane, and then here comes the feds. Japan lost claim reward system can be easy money if you're a thief. Firefighters rescue a cow that got stuck in mud beneath. And a model is accused of wearing a bikini while skiing because she was wearing a bikini and skiing. It's time for your headlines.
Now, it's time to hit the headlines. Here's my car.
All right, top story. We take to the friendly skies, which become unfriendly very quickly. Fighter jets were deployed to make contact with a Wizz Air flight that had been flagged as a potentially dangerous situation. The flight had taken off from England and was bound for Israel, and most everything on the flight was normal. But someone decided that it would be the perfect setting for a little prank of sorts. And by prank, we mean something that wasn't funny at all for anybody. It's believed that a child on board the plane was able to change the name of the Wi-Fi hotspot on his parents' phone. And what better name to change it to than, quote, terrorist.
Oh.
What's more is several passengers received, quote-unquote, threatening messages during the flight, prompting the emergency response. The fighter jets escorted the plane over the open water for a couple of loops before it was given clearance to land safely at its scheduled destination, where it was met with a full bomb squad complete with dogs and all to assess the plane, all the passengers, all their luggage. Everything was searched. Flights were temporarily halted as officials made the area safe enough to resume operations.
That kid is in so much trouble.
Yes,
As a side note, and I don't know this to be true, but I don't think a terrorist would change his Wi-Fi name to terrorist.
And I'm with you there, but
I mean, they did the right thing.
Check it.
They
right.
got to do it. I'm just saying, generally speaking, I'd be like, it's not a terrorist, but let's escort this thing down anyway.
I just get the feeling that those jets were in the air knowing they had nothing to worry about, and they were just going to make an example out of this young individual.
Absolutely.
Terrorist. That kid learned that day the importance of why we don't just screw around with that.
Now he knows. Now he knows.
In other news, over to Japan, where not all good Samaritans are of pure heart. A man walked into a Tokyo police station and turned a phone into the officer on duty. He said that he had found the phone and was turning it in as lost property and exercised local legislation that he was due a reward for turning the phone in. There's actually a Lost Items Act or Lost Possessions Act, something like that, to where the person who turns in a piece of property that is believed to be stolen or misplaced can then claim a reward that is then owed by the owner.
Is it a sting to catch criminals?
No, for a certain percentage of the value of the item.
Right.
It's incentive for people to do good things. Like they almost never exercise it. They never go out of their way for it. People certainly don't request it, but this guy did. When the phone was retrieved by the owner, the Samaritan was given his reward of around 32 American dollars worth of yen, and he told him, quote, "You should keep your phone in your bag so that you don't drop it."
Jesus, man. I'm the same guy that changed the Wi-Fi password to terrorist.
Not able to shake the feeling of recognizing the man, the phone owner thought back to when he had last seen his phone, which was on the table of the restaurant that he was eating at before getting up to get a cup of water. They obtained surveillance footage of that day, and sure enough, as the man gets up to get his cup, our good Samaritan moves into the frame and swipes his phone. He was shortly after arrested.
Jeez,
so he stole the phone so they could turn it in for $32.
It's a weird law they have.
It is.
Like, I'll lose my wallet, but I got to pay you, what, 35% of a finder fee?
Something like that,
right.
yeah.
Based on the value?
Exactly.
It means I have $500 in my wallet.
Right.
And you turn it back in. Yeah.
Which I already know that you took some of that, so you don't get to just say that.
Now I got to give you $175.
Doggone it. What was it? I saw one that was like, I found your wallet, I left it over here, I stole $5, I think that I've earned it, but I need to go buy cereal or something like that.
That's fair.
Yeah, I saw one too. It was like, I took this for a hot dog, I'm hungry.
There it is.
You're welcome.
You know what? I think it was on our page.
Yeah.
The lovely world of social media, where once again people are divided. A video is gaining traction of a model having a lovely time out on the ski slopes. The story on Yahoo News mentions that a lot of ski resorts are dealing with warmer than normal temperatures, and our model is taking full advantage. She put up a video featuring her skiing down at her local resort wearing nothing but a bikini and fluffy mittens. This, of course, has the internet in an absolute uproar, with half insisting that the attire is unsightly, while others embrace the choice of garb. Either way, she had a good day on the slopes and nobody suffered life-threatening injury.
If you think it's unsightly, we saw two different pictures.
Yes, we did. Children are looking, and they enjoy it, too.
If you go to the beach.
Newsflash, your kid's enjoying us.
Jeez. Well, I think it's like a massive thing, usually like the last day of the year or whatever. Like dudes are shirtless, women are bikini tops. It's got to warm out.
We need to buy pearls for everyone to clutch.
Yeah, but just in case those stories left a bad taste in your mouth.
Thankfully, there's good news.
Over in Britain, crews were called to help out an animal in distress. Calls came in about a cow that was in need of rescue after it got trapped in a mud pit. Her name was Tess. They arrived on the scene and found the old girl indeed submerged up to her chest in mud. With a combined efforts of a veterinarian, a large animal rescue team, and the cow's owner, they were able to free the cow after several hours of work. Officials said that it wasn't the usual call, saying, quote, being a firefighter isn't always glamorous. No, it's not. Sometimes you're pulling cows out of mud. Men's Room Sports. As Ted mentioned, we got more Olympic coverage over on USA and NBC tonight, and you've got college hoops on ESPN, FS1 and CBS Sports, as well as pro basketball on NBA Network. As far as your weather, don't get used to the good weather. However, we do have some clouds moving in tonight that'll bring temperatures down to about 41. Tomorrow, they're expecting partly cloudy day with a high of 51. Perfect for a Seahawks victory parade. That's it for your headlines. With that, Mike Hawk is out.
Thank you, sir. Best of luck getting downtown tomorrow, man. We wish you the best, and hopefully you'll find an easy way in. A lovely Jolene's coming up in seconds.
Yes, indeed. It is all true, but in the meantime, well, we be all about this bitch. So until tomorrow, please do what you do best. And for Alita's sake, stay beautiful.
The Men's Room has been taped before a live studio audience. Wardrobe and makeup provided by Mantastic Limited. This has been a presentation of the Men's Room Radio Network.
Oh, man!
A Double Flush production.
If you're the kind of person who reads ingredient labels, for yourself, for your coffee creamer, for literally everything, it makes sense to care just as much about what you're feeding your dog. That's why so many dog parents are choosing Healthy Dogma. Healthy Dogma makes dog food with real, recognizable ingredients. No fillers, no mystery ingredients. Just thoughtfully sourced nutrition that actually makes sense. Their protein-added pet mix complete meals are gently dehydrated to preserve goodness and make life easier. And in minutes, mealtime is ready. It's simple, convenient, and feels like a better way to feed your dog without overthinking it. Because taking care of your dog shouldn't feel complicated. It should feel aligned with how you already live. Right now, you can save 20% on your first purchase at healthydogma.com with code HEALTHY. That's 20% off your first purchase at healthydogma.com with code HEALTHY. Healthy Dogma, food made with care.
At Amica Insurance, we know it's not just about where you're going, but who you go with. That's why we work even harder to protect what matters most. And as a mutual insurance company, we're built for our customers and prioritize your needs. Amica, empathy is our best policy. Visit amica.com and get a quote today.
We're a few weeks into the new year, and I want to check in. How are those lifestyle resets going? Maybe you're tightening up your exercise routine, finally learning that new skill, or attempting to eat a bit healthier. We all know that starting the year strong is a lot easier and much more delicious when you have the right fuel. That's where Omaha Steaks come in. Stay satisfied, keep your energy up, and fuel your daily routine with premium portion proteins delivered right to your door. Omaha Steaks have been America's original butcher since 1917. We're talking about 5 generations of uncompromising quality, backed by an unconditional 100% money-back guarantee. Their variety is unmatched. From handcrafted USDA-certified tender steaks to gourmet burgers, seafood, and versatile chicken, every steak is perfectly aged to maximize tenderness and hand-cut by master butchers. Let Omaha Steaks deliver high-quality proteins right to your door. Visit omahasteaks.com and get an extra $35 off with promo code T-Bone at checkout. That's OMAHA steaks.com. Promo code T-Bone. Terms apply. See site for details.
Skincare experts and dermatologists have often touted the benefits of indoor humidity as essential for healthy, glowing skin. But did you know dry air can start to harm your skin in as little as 30 minutes? For years, many people have relied on humidifiers for better skin, sleep, and overall wellness. But traditional models, bulky, mold-prone, and difficult to maintain. That's where Canopy Humidifier comes in. Recommended by leading dermatologists, Canopy is a completely reimagined humidifier designed to elevate any space, offering the ultimate in skincare and wellness benefits. Canopy's clean moisture combats dryness, dullness, and fine lines while strengthening the skin's barrier and boosting the effectiveness of topical skincare products. With its sleek design, Canopy is the cleanest and easiest humidifier on the market. With its unique technology, cleaning is as easy as popping it in the dishwasher. Go to getcanopy.co to save $25 on your Canopy humidifier purchase today with Canopy's filter subscription. Even better, use code PODCAST at checkout to save an additional 10% off your Canopy purchase. Your skin will thank you.
Harvey, it's selfie time. Ooh, nice new iPhone 17, Zoe. With the center stage front camera, everyone fits in the shot.
At T-Mobile, you can get iPhone 17 on them. No trade-in needed.
Amazing, but switching takes forever.
Not at T-Mobile. You can switch in just 15 minutes. Okay, let's try a prom pose. I'm in front.
Okay, big eyes, full lips. Oh, time to focus.
Oh, I'm crazy-eyed.
Okay, it's okay. Retake.
Smile. Switch to T-Mobile in just 15 minutes and get a new iPhone 17 on us. No trade-in needed.